In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders.
That's assault, that's assault, break that up, pop that there, that's assault, that's assault, break that up, pop that there. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault, that's assault, you cannot touch me like that. Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Break that up, these people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault. That's assault. We have video of her just touching. How did that go? I will. Excuse me. Excuse me. That's assault. You cannot touch me like that. Break that up. Break that up. Break that. Break that up. Break that up. Oh, I will be telling you. Break that up. Break that up. That's assault. That's assault. That's assault. Break that. That's assault. We have video of her just. These people are going to eject you from this line. How did that show? I will assault. It is incredibly appropriate. I will. You cannot touch me like that. That's assault. Break that up. Drop that chair here. You cannot touch me like that. It is incredible. That's assault. Break that up. That's assault. Break that up. Drop that chair. Drop that chair. Drop that chair. These people are going to eject you from this line. Break that up. That's break that up. Break that up. That's assault. Break that up. Break that up. Oh, I will. That's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Drop that chair here. That's assault. Break that up. That's assault. Break that up. Break that up. Drop that chair here. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault. That's assault. It is. You cannot touch me like that. Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Break that up. Break that up. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault. That's assault. We have video of her just touching. How did that go? I will be. Excuse me. Excuse me. Break that up. That's assault. Stop that chair. You cannot touch me like that. Break that up. Break that up. Break that. Break that. Break that. Break that. Oh, I will be telling you. Break that up. Break that up. That's assault. Stop that. That's assault. That's assault. Stop that. Break that. That's assault. Stop that chair here. We have video of her just. These people are going to eject you from this line. How did that show? I will be assault. It is incredibly. I will. You cannot touch me like that. That's assault. Break that up. Stop that chair here. You cannot touch me like that. It is incredible. That's assault. Break that up. That's assault. Break that up. Stop that chair. Stop that chair. Stop that chair. These people are going to eject you from this line. Break that up. That's break that up. Break that up. That's assault. Break that up. Break that up. Oh, I will. That's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will. That's assault. 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 Oh, I will. That's assault. 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 Oh, I will be telling you. That's assault. 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 Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Stop that chair here. That's assault. Break that up. That's assault. That's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you. That's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you. That's assault. 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 Oh, I will. That's assault. 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 That's assault.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, all my feral little beasts. How are you doing today? Let me pop up here and say hi. Let me pop up and say hello. Of course, I have to do a morning live for the morning kids. And I hope it sounds okay. The board's been giving me problems, but we're working through it. All right. We're getting through it. Let me make sure the settings are good. Can you guys hear me? Try not to be too loud because people will be sleeping. It is 7 o'clock in the morning. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. And it's probably because I am. Okay. But I got to make time for everyone. And I promised myself about 2 weeks ago that I'm going to try to do lives morning, afternoon, evening, and overnight at least once a week. Because my schedule is so fucked, why not? So here we are. And boy, do we have a morning episode for you guys. If you are here, there is literally information that I'm going to give you, a data dumpy, if you will, about a very horrific case that we talked about last night. I will catch you up. I'll give you a brief rundown, which for me is about a 15-minute rundown. I'll try to make it 5. But it really is deserving of some detail. I'll give you context, a little bit of background, okay? Because there's a lot going on with it. We're talking about the case of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, okay? She's a 15-year-old girl, and her body, some of it, was found in the trunk of a Tesla in Hollywood. This is a problem because the Tesla belonged to a very famous, newly famous, mind you, TikToker / Roblox player / Twitch streamer / internet personality who is a musician who goes by David, spelt with a 4, as you will. The information, since this has been revealed to the public, thanks to not the police, hold up, TMZ, who, by the way, helped the police by tipping them off. It turns out they did actually turn information into the police that the police did not have on a missing girl who was missing a year and a half. Okay. That alone is disturbing. Whoever compared it to OJ, good on you. Am I being too loud? Okay. Hugin was wiggling over there. So it's a very intense case. And because this kid was so big on social media, specifically Discord, especially Instagram as well, TikTok, because he was blowing up out of nowhere, like literally with it. Yeah, TMZ is trying too hard, but you know what? They gave valid information. They were the first to do it, but not to the public. They gave it to the police first and then reported it later to the public. I don't think they would have discovered who she was without them. It's kind of crazy to think that, but it's true. There is a lot going on with this case every hour because these two people were so online, one being a teenage girl and the other being an adult man. Okay. There were a lot of people saying, hold up, we don't know for sure. There could be 2 Celestes. One of them is this age. He's got a lot of fans named Celeste. How do we know it's her? A lot of people have that tattoo, blah, blah, blah. I have dove so deep into this. I have literally gone back to their first accounts on the internet, both hers and his. And I have dug for every trace. I've gone through, by the way, thank you to every Redditor, TikToker, Instagrammer, Facebooker, ex-Twitterer, whatever you call it. Because everybody, I'm going to tell you in a minute, Mia, but we know. Everybody who has dug up information on this case and handed it to law enforcement, but also put it out online for all to see, because a lot of the time when you see a really famous celebrity, especially someone so young, someone so new, and someone so beloved, when you see them act a fool and you see a lot of people almost like the pro burgers that are just like, but I just went to his concert, I'm unwilling to let him go. That doesn't seem to be the case with this one. A lot of people are like, look, I'm heartbroken, but fuck this guy. Like a lot of people. Some of his biggest fans are like, dude, this is awful, but we have to find more. We will not let this stand. Excuse me. Is it Gen Z? Gen Zers are a new breed. They're not putting up with the bullshit. And not only have they decided to go full citizen sleuth, they've done a pretty good fucking job. I myself Had a real hard time getting through a lot of it because it's a lot of the same music clips. But boy, her classmates, good on them. Her teacher, you're going to see a lot of stuff. I don't think I've ever seen this, like even Gabby Petito, like she was a van lifer, right? But she had a fairly new account. The amount of data that is already available, the amount of good information, the amount of evidence straight up that is available online, and the screenshots that I had to check all night. Are these legit? Are these legit? Is this Photoshop? No, they are. There's some of it that I really heavily debate showing you because of the contents. But there is some that is kind of redacted. It's hard because she's a young girl. And she, by the way, she just turned 15 the day before her body was found. Okay. She was 14 when she passed away, because that would have been, what did the medical examiner say? Within 4 to 5 days prior. So she was 14 when she passed away. And by that, I mean was murdered. I'm going to show you the medical examiner certificate, what the information means. And some of the most disturbing stuff is how long they'd been dating and how public. And she is in a lot of videos. I personally found something that I didn't want to click, but I found the cache of it. The name, I should say, that is affiliated with an account that was allegedly one of her accounts, where she did post video, it seems, of her and him, but she kept a lot of stuff undercover. Keep in mind, this is called a Romeo situation, where a guy grooms a girl, and even though it may seem to people that she's complicit, or maybe she outright is willingly, lovingly wanting to go, she's too young to be with an adult. She cannot legally consent. She is being groomed. She's being manipulated, and by a person with a lot of money and fame. So regardless of what she says or does, she is a child. Children behave like children. With that said, she's a victim, and we're going to give her all the grace, because this is her abuser, regardless of whether he is someone who murdered her or not, allegedly or not. He is in photos with her, having a relationship with her, openly on streams with her, discussing things that nobody his age should be discussing with her, including the fucking Epstein list. Like, it's wild. His manager is whose house the Tesla was found outside of. He was apparently staying in it. Computers were taken out when they searched it. This manager, according to the fans, okay, and this is alleged, this is opinions of people online discussing this manager, showing receipts, as they call them, of the manager openly making jokes about underage girls, joking about stuff like that. And people accusing the manager of being a creep and a perv. Whether he is or not, I don't know. But this is what people are saying who listen to the music and apparently are very deep into this. And I know, because, damn, you guys thought our Discord was wild? Holy shit. I think I was one of the last to get in this before they shut this down. They shut a bunch of people down right after I got in, and I was like, oh my God. Again, I don't know whether the manager is a creep or not. There are text messages from her alleging to have, let's say, alleged text messages from her, but it does look like hers, where she discusses having sex with Others, because they were mad that she wouldn't. These texts are shared with an account or a number that is supposedly her brother who speaks on it. All these screenshots are being shared because Gen Z. Part of me worries that this is not good for them, that the entire public is made aware of this, but part of me thinks that they're doing it on purpose because they want the public to be aware. In fact, I am pretty sure of that. Specifically to keep this guy on the hook. Don't let him off the hook for this. Don't let him off the hook for this. They want the awareness. What shocks me is how aware how many people were for so long that this was going on. And now it seems one of his Twitch mods is trying to spin it in that he's trying to blame the victim and say that she said she was 19. There's also extortion involved. Allegedly, some of her friends allegedly blackmailed him. How do we know? Because they took screenshots of that and openly admitted it. Not only that, they told their teacher, who announced it to a class, and that class filmed it. Holy fucking shit. It is. The thing that I found that was disturbing that I did turn in was there's an account that is her. It's got pictures of her taken from her angle with her voice. Oh, by the way, he put her in a song about disturbing stuff. Her voice is in it. While she was missing. She went missing twice. The first time she was with him too. He even posted screenshots at one point incriminating himself multiple times. In his Discord, on his Instagram, he posted pictures of her. He put her in videos while she was missing. Her Hello Kitty shoes are in one, and her face, even though she tries to hide it. Our thumbnail is her and him when she's missing. And not only that, this does go back to 2022, which means she would have been 11. This is an infuriating case. There's a lot out there. Thank you so much, Gen X to the 7th power. I've not seen you in so long, and I miss you so much, and I appreciate you. And that is going to go to Chicken Weenies. And let me tell you about Chicken Weenies. Today's sponsor is Chicken Weenies. Just kidding. We are not affiliated with Chicken Weenies. I am non-consensually forcing a sponsorship. Hugin loves these things. They're shaped like little wieners, little Vienna sausages, but they are made out of chicken. They're called Chicken Weenies, and he's obsessed with them. The more we can buy, the better, and I appreciate you for that. That's half a bag of Chicken Weenies right there. Love you to death. Thank you very much, Gen X to the 7th power. Hugin blesses you. Yeah, I don't even know if it's that, because here's the other thing. He wrote songs about planning to murder women. And you remember all those paintings that John Ray tried to say was Vicky? Remember that? And how it was like screenshots of Hannibal? Okay, well, some of this dude's music videos, he had anime made for the video of like limbs getting chopped off. So I'm not trying to be a John Ray about it. But the songs are also, they have lyrics like Celeste, Celeste. It's kind of a bit much. It's kind of a bit in your face. And that's what I think is so disturbing about this. It's all out there. How did no one know? There's even people making accusations against the family, which I hesitate to repeat. I don't think they're true, but there are accusations out there that the family knew about it and blessed it. I don't think they did. Otherwise, why would they file a fucking missing persons report? And that shit's disturbing. There's allegations that there's another woman missing. I looked her up. She's an adult and she's actually an intimacy coordinator and she's not missing. And they posted her fucking passwords. So we're not going to get crazy. We're not going to post all the data because some of it's bad data and it doesn't have anything to do with this and people just being reckless. But the stuff that I've been able to lock down and verify or that I find pertinent to this, we are going to talk about. And I'm going to show it to you and we're going to go in order, okay? Oh my God. 19 though? Yeah, Hoogan lived a good life. 19. That's so old. You know, I know it's hard to mourn. I mean, to me, Hoogans are they're children. Just like children. Prove me wrong, you can't. They're perfect. They're kids with tails, okay? And I love them. 19 years old is a long fucking time for a Hoogan. You know what that means? That means you did fucking good. You may have done the best, because I don't know that I know of any animals that have lived that long. That tells me you gave that Hoogan a happy life. Give it a good time. And it stuck around. And you did good. You did really good. I hope one day you will have more Hoogans, because you certainly know how to stretch that out and take care of them. And more Hoogans need moms and dads that will take care of them and keep them going that long. And you know what? Laura knows about a few if you need to adopt. Oh God, she said there's a Boston Terrier she's trying to find a home for. Her new job. Dude, Laura's going to be the best at placing doggies. She's going to be so good. Yeah, he did. He told people what he wanted to do through song and through direct messages, which they would later go on to share. It is so disturbing, dude. It's just... Yeah, and when you know your daughter's boyfriend is just David, but he's a TikTok star and a rapper. And here's the other thing. So she met him through his songs and stuff, but he did not have a lot of followers and his music was really new. And apparently, like, he blew up like overnight and had this missing girl with him. And there's no way you can tell me he didn't know, because he at one point was in her neighborhood. Like, he knew people. He had fans from Lake Elsinore. She was missing from Lake Elsinore. They put in 2 missing persons reports for the first time and the second. In fact, he admits in a text that they can't be together, and that got posted too. It's so disturbing. We're going to go through all of that in a minute. First, we're going to play Happy Hoogan Jam. We're going to play a Praise Hoogan Jam. Okay? And then after that, you're going to learn about Travis Decker, because they found his bones, it seems. They found his bones. So we have to talk about that. That's crazy. That happened in the middle of the live last night too. Also, Rajah Jackson, in case you hadn't heard, arrested. He's in custody now. He's the guy that beat the shit out of Psycho Stu at that wrestling event. And we had Machiko on. They got him. Apparently Rampage was like, so be it. Damn. Pisses me off that people are more brazen each day with their crimes, and yet the criminal justice system hasn't advanced to the level of punishment that should be given. Taking a life equals can be worth only 10 years put away. Some people it's 5. You know what blows my mind? We have sex offenders that offend like to the worst degree, beyond Chris Hansen. Like bad, like real fucking bad. There's one in Texas. It was bad. It like over 2,000 pieces of CSAM. And he was in the middle of adopting 3 kids. And his wife had no idea. And she's just crying, we're going to lose the adoption. We're going to lose the babies. And she had no fucking clue. The whole reason he was even calling it, he said, is because he caught his 16-year-old daughter talking to adult men. And they saw the picture she sent. And he's like, let me have those. And then he starts using them to solicit and start a collection, including bestiality. And this is a church-loving, God-fearing man here in Texas. The guy who worked in fucking IT. And I'm watching this body cam of it. And the wife is just like, I had no idea. Like, she had no idea. And she was so upset. And you know what he used as a front to get away with that? I was trying to catch predators. I was trying to pose as a teen girl to make sure and watch my team that I'm trying to adopt. And he kept saying, I got a baby girl, I got kids I'm trying to adopt. They're like, sir, this folder in Dropbox is labeled toddlers. And they had to talk to him and tell him it was an addiction to get him to open up and tell them more. And they're like, do you have any more? And he's like, there's some on a hard drive in my truck. They opened that, over 2,000 pieces on the hard drive alone. They would have missed it if he hadn't fucking confessed. That's so crazy. So that guy's probably going to get what, 5-10 years? And he put a camera, by the way, in his teen girl's room and uploaded it to distribute. So even if we can adopt kids out and get them through the foster system, which is all wrecked and fucked, then you place them in a home and look at that. Oh, it's so fucked. It's so unbelievable how they get away with it. And not to mention they put ankle monitors on them. And you don't really find out what that's for until it comes time to go, hey, what about the ankle monitor? And they tell you, oh, that's not for that. Let me explain. When I got stabbed, one of these motherfuckers was on parole, had an ankle monitor on that tracked them to the scene of the crime. But that wasn't enough. That's not enough evidence, it seems. You know what's even crazier? Out past curfew. The ankle monitor, you can track them. Once you track them, what you do from there is pretty much wholly up to man. It's up to whoever the guy is whose job is to do something about it. If that guy doesn't want to do paperwork, they don't. And you know what the best part is? If you try to use it in court, their attorney will say no. And it's like, what the fuck? It isn't for that. Well, then what is it for? We have sex offenders running around with 30 plus charges with ankle monitors on that serve no fucking purpose. We got a kid who has been missing for 1.5 years. And she's on TikToks and Instagram posts that already had 1 million views before she went missing. She's in them. And she's also in missing persons flyers. With a true crime community this big, how did no one see? Well, you know what's crazy? Actually, a few people did. Quite a few people used to go into the Discord over 1 year ago talking shit, saying this guy's a fucking pedophile. He's with a child. Anybody, the missing girl's name is Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Like naming her. Posting her fucking flight and nobody, she was in there. She was in there. Anyway, it's crazy. It's really crazy. Let's go to church with Hugin. We need church. We need Jesus.
Lift your hands, worship Him, exalt Him. Hugin, you are Lord Dog, Almighty. Worthy is the dog, worthy is the dog. You are the Hugin. Alleluia, alleluia. For the Lord Dog Hugin reigns. Alleluia, alleluia. For the Lord Dog Hugin reigns. Hugin. Hugin, Hugin. You are Lord Dog Almighty. Worthy is the dog. Worthy is the dog, you are the Hugin. You are Lord Dog Almighty. Worthy is the dog, worthy is the dog. You are the Hugin. You are Lord Dog Almighty. Worthy is the dog Almighty. Almighty. Who God, you are Lord God Almighty. Worthy is the dog, worthy is the dog, you are the who can. All the feral children sing, glory, glory, he reigns. All the feral children sing, glory, glory, he reigns. Who can? You are Lord God Almighty. Worthy is the dog, you are the who can.
Okay. And now what we're going to look at is information that just came out about Travis Decker. This happened last night. They were able to find his bones. Okay. They found Decker's bones. And in case you don't know, he murdered his 3 toddlers because he was a weak man who had a fit. He wanted to hurt his wife, his ex-wife. He wanted to hurt her, so he killed their children because he was a selfish piece of shit and a weak, feeble-minded individual. Anyway, this is how they found them and where they found them.
Live from Fox 13, this is breaking news.
We begin tonight with breaking news in a story that we've been covering for months. Authorities in Chelan County believe they found the remains of Travis Decker. He's accused of kidnapping, then murdering his 3 young daughters, Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia, earlier this summer. According to the sheriff's office, the human remains were located in a remote wooded area south of the town of Leavenworth. While positive identification has not yet been confirmed, preliminary findings suggest the remains belong to Travis Decker. I just finished speaking with Sheriff Mike Morrison. Here is that full interview. Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison joining me now. Thank you, Sheriff, for taking the time to give us the latest on this case. And I think there are many questions that we have right now. Specifically, what led you to this area where those remains were found? How far is this from the Rock Island campground?
Well, as we mentioned before at the previous searches, we were going to continue to do what we needed to do. Last week, we had Washington State Patrol and our detectives out. This week, we had the U.S. Marshal Service, FBI, Border Patrol, our detectives continuing to do searches as we promised we would until we find Travis Decker.
You mentioned that this was an area south of Leavenworth. Had this area not been searched before? I think the last time you and I spoke, you talked about there potentially being another search, a 4th search happening and scheduled for this month. Was this part of that already planned search when you guys found these remains?
This was.
Can you share a little bit about what the state of the remains is? Given the condition of those remains, can you tell how long Travis Decker was on the run?
We had severe decomposition. We also had spread of the remains, which is consistent with animals getting into it, which we figured we would find if we were at this point of the search.
I think I want to ask you again, where exactly and how far were the remains found from the Rock Island campground, specifically where the bodies of Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia were found?
I'm a little confused at his vagueness. I want to go back. I feel like he's doing a Sarah Palin thing. Or not a Sarah Palin. Who was it? Huckabee? Remember how good she was at dodging questions? Sheriff Mike can handcuff me anytime, of course. Of course he can. He's a cutie, but like Sheriff Mike Morrison, I need you to be more clear about this.
Can you share a little bit about what the state of the remains is? Given the condition of those remains, can you tell how long Travis Decker was on the run?
We had severe decomposition. We also had spread of the remains, which is consistent with animals getting into it, which we figured we would find if we were at this point of the search.
I think I want to ask you again, where exactly and how far were the remains found from the Rock Island campground, specifically where the bodies of Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia were found?
Yeah, and I apologize. My connection's not the greatest. We're about 0.74 miles away from the initial crime scene, right around an elevation of about 4,000 feet. So it was still outside.
Holy shit. That is super close. That's within a mile of the crime scene. I was under the impression that they searched way beyond that. And yeah, I like how she did that. She's like, okay, I don't think you get it. Let's try this again. I agree, ma'am. I agree. Also within a mile, like I thought they did a grid search for him. That's crazy. And I thought they had tracking dogs. Like within a mile is crazy. Also, we need to get in touch with military. I need to get in touch with Military Mom because I need to find out more about Wayne. See how that's going.
Outside of the initial 3 search areas that we conducted earlier throughout the summer. And this was just an expansion of the search area.
So this was not part of the first initial 3 searches that you conducted with the U.S. Marshals and again with the FBI?
Correct. This was just an expansion. Initially, we did the first one with Washington State Patrol's crime lab and also with...
How is that not from the first? They should have caught him in the first search, right? Maybe he took off, went up 4,000 feet, left, came back.
Our detectives. The second one was with the U.S. Marshal Service, some volunteers, and some of our Forest Service deputies, along with other volunteers. And then our final one was with the FBI and, of course, the U.S. Army's intelligence agency.
Some of the information that you guys have already been sharing online is that preliminary information leads you to believe that this is, in fact, Travis Decker. What is the certainty of that? What indicators did you guys find?
We won't know for sure until tomorrow. I've already worked with our detectives in the Washington State Patrol's crime lab. We're going to rush some results over there. We're asking to see if we can get DNA returns by the end of tomorrow. But we do feel pretty confident that there's a high probability this is him, just based off the clothing, some other personal items that we found on scene. But again, we're not going to...
Chances are they found his ID. Let's be real, because every single news source is reporting this as fact. And I don't believe they would have put it out if they weren't pretty certain. But thank goodness he's gone and not lurking in the woods, because that's a creepy dude. And yuck.
Say for 100% certainty until we get the results back.
Is there anything that may imply what the motive was in this case for the kidnapping and the murder of his 3 young daughters?
Same as I said before, it's irrelevant. It was a heinous act. We're certainly continuing to keep Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia in our thoughts and our prayers. That's what's been motivating.
I mean, that was kind of a stupid question. And I'm sorry, I know people say there are no stupid questions. I probably said that just being nice, but let's be honest, there are stupid questions. And he was a psycho and he was very abusive and he was trying to hurt his ex-wife. And that was made very clear very early on. But nice try, lady. Let's keep
getting us up to this point. Already been in touch with Whitney and her family, letting her know that we had made the find today. And they knew that we weren't giving up. We encourage our community to continue to support us. And we understand people's frustration. But again, it just wasn't in our DNA. We continue to do the search. And this is why you continue to do it.
I want to ask, we've talked time and time again about how vast and dense and especially how popular this area is for many people, not just locals, but tourists as well. Chelan County has great acreage, people who come out for recreational purposes. Is there going to be any impact now that these remains have been found?
Yes, for the time being, we've got road closures in place. We have our units on the ground in addition to our federal partners that are also assisting us, and we'll continue to process it fully and completely. The criminal investigation is still our primary focus. We've been in touch with our prosecutor's office already today and some of our neighboring agencies and partnering agencies, just advising them of our discovery. And we'll continue to do what we need to do to ensure this is handled appropriately and properly. But again, we didn't give up, and we're glad with the results we found so far, and hopefully we get some closure tomorrow.
Dude, I like this guy. He's got a young Grady Judd energy. You know what I mean? Like he just tells you as it is. He's smiling the whole time. He's letting us know all the deets we need, and he's not bad to look at. Overall, I support you, Sheriff Mike.
Do you know what the next couple days will look like? I know that this has got to be giving you and not just Whitney, the family, but the entire community of Wenatchee and Chelan County some sense of closure.
is getting us one step closer. We've been looking to serve justice for a while and for the law to prevail. And if we get the results we're looking for tomorrow, I believe those are the results we'll find.
Thank you so much, Sheriff. I appreciate you taking the time to break down the latest on this Travis Decker investigation.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Have a good evening.
Okay.
I'll tell you right now, cops.
Okay. So, of course, Ashley Banban has done a pretty good job covering the Celeste case as well. Okay. I want to give her props for that. And I also want to hop in and say she did an incredible interview with John Ramsey. And we found out a lot of new information. Also, I do wonder if he self-deleted as well, Mia. Here's some of the information. I'm going to give you a rundown real quick. If you want to go watch it, I may have reposted it already, but I'll post it again. I know Banban's growing on me too, especially when I found out some of the stuff she used to cover. Historical Bam Bam is not bad. Kind of like Nancy Grace. Historical Nancy is fun. Historical Ban fun. Okay. Ban at CrimeCon giving awards can't handle. Ban getting up someone's ass though, nothing better. She has been super respectful too towards like Steve, when everyone was giving Steve Gonsalves a hard time. Very respectful. How's that sound? Okay, good. Also, I have to say she's been very, very pleasant with John Ramsey, who I personally feel bad for. You can feel how you want about him. A lot of people think he did it. I don't think he had shit to do with it. I especially don't think Burke did. I know people who are friends with Burke, and they've said like that's just he's one of those dudes who just smiles because he's uncomfortable, and I feel that. I do that too. I get caught doing that sometimes, and it's like, why are you smiling this fucked up? And I'm like, like I just don't know. It's just my face, you know. She did a very in-depth interview with him after CrimeCon because a lot of stuff happened at CrimeCon. A guy who's like one of his conspiracy stalkers showed up. He kept his cool. I really appreciated him giggling at that. Just like, nope, he did not bother me and I did not bother him. In the interview, he talks about there was, I believe it was an attorney who revealed some information about the garage live at CrimeCon on stage during a Q&A. This attorney, I believe it was an attorney, revealed and confirmed that there was unidentified male DNA on the garage that was never tested. Never tested. She goes in on that. She asks him a lot of questions. He confirms it was never tested, but that he had to hear it secondhand. Like John Ramsey hadn't even heard that before the media reported it. He heard it secondhand from one of them. And he's like, I don't know how reliable it is, but then this guy went up at CrimeCon and he said it is. And I mean, he wouldn't lie about that. And he's kind of high up there. Then they start talking about, you know, what's doable. And John revealed that he has been pushing for IGG to be done and said that at CrimeCon, he got to meet Othram. And he got to ask the Othram people a question that Boulder police would never tell him. And the question he asked them is, have you been sent any of my daughter's DNA? And they confirmed to him, no. And no one reached out to them. And he has been pushing for Othram for a hot minute. And he let them know that he would do that. He would continue to. So he wanted to make a last minute push while he was there and got a 30-minute meeting with the DA. And that guy and him talked, and he let the DA know, if it's a money thing, we'll pay for it. If, like, can you do IGG? Can you please, like, specifically, can you send her DNA to Othram? And that's when he, begrudgingly, it seemed, reported back to John Ramsey that we are going to test the unidentified male DNA. Well, they didn't even say the unidentified male DNA. He insisted that they do. Like, why wouldn't you? It was confirmed to him that it exists and that they have sent off for more DNA tests 30 years later to the Colorado crime lab for the state police. And he's like, Othram's offering and we'll pay for it. And they said, it's not a money thing. So he was able to tell Ban, it's not a money thing. But I don't fucking know why they won't go to Othram. I tried to get them to go to Othram. You know, it wasn't a bad meeting, but it was kind of a nothing burger. Like, they wouldn't tell me much. And then she suggests to him live, like, you should request a new victims advocate. Like, someone from, you know, the victims resources there to help you and build a relationship and stuff. And try to help you when you have these questions. Because he tells her, he's like, we get one meeting a year with them as long as the case is open. And he said that this 30-minute meeting was like an extra that they gave him. And so Ban's like, you should request a new crime victims advocate. She's kind of walking him through it. I really appreciated that about her. Like, she's live giving him resources, right? And he basically confirms to her, he's like, yeah, there was DNA on the garage. It was unidentified male. Their concern is every single time they test it, they say that they compromise it or they lose some, which fair enough. But here's the thing. He then talks about how he started getting educated about it. And after talking to Othram, he realized that they don't need that much. He said something like 1,000th of a picogram. And he's like, that's nothing. And the look on Ashley's face, like, oh my God. We could have JonBenet solved by sending a bit of that garage to Othram and doing IgG. It could be solved within a matter of weeks. And I don't know why they're stalling, and they're being very vague to him about what got sent. They insisted that I go to the state crime lab, which he said, he's like, I don't know who that is. Also, he said that there is a new capability where you don't even have to have a specific type of DNA. They didn't go into specifics about what they were talking about in regards to her case. But essentially, back in the day, you needed a certain kind of DNA to be able to do the IgG. And now you can use multiple different kinds. So it's the prime time to do it. And you learn that at CrimeCon. So there is a benefit to CrimeCon, which is exciting. Here's what pissed me off. He informed Ashley when she asked him, she said, have you tried appealing to other outlets like the governor? That's when he tells her, yes, John Ramsey himself tells Ashley, I sent an email to the governor. I've tried to email the governor. I've written to the governor. He said, I would literally never get a response. Something happened in the media. There was a question about appealing to the governor, and he informed the media that he didn't get a response. And then the governor all of a sudden reaches out publicly, right? And says, like, I think in an interview, like a local interview, like, oh, John Ramsey, just have your people call me, my people, call my office, send me an email. So he does. He calls and he sends the email. His email got returned to sender because he's blocked. The governor did not respond to him and blocked his email. That got out to the media. There was a local story about it. They said, oh my God, the governor of Colorado blocked JonBenet's dad. Like, never responded to him other than once publicly to be like, come on, and then blocked her dad. Absurd, rude, crazy. So then John Ramsey is like, oh, fuck. Oh, well, okay. And then he said that the big response from the office was, oh, no, we didn't. It was a mistake. Our bad. But then he writes them again and calls them again and nothing. So now he's talking about appealing to Trump. He's like, maybe if I talk to him, he'll help. I don't think you're allowed to do, like, as a governor, I'm pretty sure there's precedent at a federal level that politicians, your local, state, federal officials, all of them, they're not allowed to block you on social media platforms. Did you know that? Like, you can sue them and you'll win because they're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to block your constituents from access to you. It's a civil rights violation, if I remember correctly. So that's bizarre. And to do it to a crime victim's family member who you have no past rapport with, but you don't have anything negative, there's no bad relationship, to block not just any crime victim's family member, but JonBenet's of all fucking people, when you've bungled that case and put that family through torture for 3 decades. The least you could do is accept the email. Anyway, we're going to watch Lil Bam Bam on the David Celeste thing. And then, well, I shouldn't say thing, the Celeste case, but the David situation. Because this is weird. Like, I don't know what to call it yet. Thing. The investigation. I hope they're investigating it. They're acting like they are. This is a lot. And then we're going to look at some of the stuff. We're going to look at some of the stuff that has come out both overnight and in the last few days. It's going to piss you off. It pissed me off. It's so disturbing. It makes me so mad. Here we go.
Do not like coincidences. And that goes double for cops who are investigating murders of runaway teenagers, especially runaway teenage girls. That fact has got to be hitting home tonight, literally, for the singer known professionally as David, spelled D4VD. I know it's strange, but it's pronounced David. His legal name is David Anthony Burke. And it is quite possible that's the name that was included in the warrant last night that was executed to search the home where he's been living. It's also the same name that's said to be on the title of the impounded Tesla, where the body of a dismembered and decomposing teenage girl was found by police in the trunk, or should I say frunk, the front trunk. That was 1 week ago Monday. If you were with us here last night, you know that that body has been identified as Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose family reported her missing in April of last year. And get this, she may not look it in this picture, but she was just 13 when she went missing. Celeste's birthday, the 15th birthday, was the day before her body was found. But since it was the stench of rotting human remains that led the impound workers to call the LAPD, it is almost certain that Celeste did not live to see 15. For David, who's now on a world tour, none of this is good news, but it's not bad for him yet, legally speaking. That said, here are some of the bizarre coincidences that you cannot ignore in this murder case. This murdered teenager.
Okay, this is where I'm going to pause it. Because right now we're loving this era of Bam Bam. Okay. But we have to be fair and we have to correct some bullshit. Okay. Yes, they had matching tattoos, but just to be clear, this is apparently a very popular trend. Apparently, I think it's Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, like a bunch of famous fucking people have the same tattoo. It's still weird, but the good thing about it existing is it helps us identify her in a lot of his social media. Just to be clear, though, I understand the insinuation. But a lot of people had that tattoo. I wasn't sure at first if this was a super common thing. Turns out it is. So just to be fair, put it in context. It's like a trend. It's like what was it? It was like, put her name on your wrists. What was that? It was like a Demi Lovato had one. I hate when people say she looked older. Did she look old? Yeah, I don't think people should comment on that. And they always do, don't they? Even fucking Bam Bam. Come on, Bam Bam. Let it finish.
The up-and-coming singer both have the same tattoos on their right index fingers, reading shh. To be fair, it is a popular tattoo, SHHH, far from unique. But Celeste's mother says that her daughter was dating somebody named David when she went missing. And yes, David is a common name. I get it. Then there's the photo. A photo of David, the singer, in Celeste's neighborhood, not far from her house, minutes actually walking, right before she did.
Now, here's the thing. It's so much worse than this. I don't know if Ashley knows this yet. There's a much deeper connection than just David outside of her house a few blocks away. There's video of them snuggling, of them together, of him with her while she's missing, of her in other cities and states with him. I don't know if they're on tour or what's going on. Pictures of her with his brother. Without a doubt, her. It's a lot.
Disappeared. And should I say that Celeste's house is like over an hour away from where David was living, so not likely just to be there for no reason. And now we know that in December.
And the Tesla was outside of his manager's house, which is where he was staying. And the manager's house is Halle Berry's old house.
December of 2023, a song leaked out that is highly curious in retrospect. It is a demo track by David, and it's called, say it with me now, Celeste.
And it's not just that. I'm going to show you guys some of the other things he recorded. One of them is Celeste. And I'm not talking about the song. I mean literally her. It's her voice. And he recorded her. And he put her on the internet to millions of fans.
The name of the song is Celeste, and it's all about his love for a girl who's named Celeste. Still, there was.
And by the way, whoever checked me last night about the song Romantic Homicide, yes. He did actually put that song out, I believe, first. This was the demo, and then there was a second song where he references Celeste. Here's what's crazy. He comes out with a new song every year for the last 5 years on her birthday, September 7th.
There's no indication that LA police were connecting the dots until last night when homicide detectives raided a home in the Hollywood Hills. Now, it just happens to be the very same area where the Tesla had been abandoned and then towed. Yet the neighbors say that that Tesla has been parked regularly in front of the home that was raided. And in a
apparently it's only actually moved twice in the past few months, but it stayed in one spot for over a month. Her body was in the trunk 5 days prior.
town full of Teslas. You're going to find out why in just a moment. Why this Tesla was so memorable to the.
Also, this Tesla is available to view on Google Maps in front of the very same residence as of last year.
The eyewitnesses who said, oh, it is that one. That's the one right there that was parked outside the home. TMZ reports that that home was most recently occupied by David, the singer, David Anthony Burke, even though it was rented by David's manager.
Josh from Interscope Records. Josh, his manager, is the one that a lot of people were allegedly saying he's creepy too. And then showing their receipts as to why they think that. Again, he got big in the last year, but he was already with her before that. And we have proof, and you'll see it soon.
Police reportedly seized a computer and quote unquote other items. And I talked about all of this and more today with TMZ executive producer Charles Ladebaudiere. And before I play you our conversation, I should note TMZ's reporting was instrumental in helping the police identify that the young victim in the trunk was Celeste Rivas Hernandez.
Because they're the ones who called the police and said, here's her matching tattoo that matches the girl in the pictures with this guy. And this guy is the guy who the vehicle's registered to. This girl is missing. Look at her missing flyer. Look at the shit on it. Do you see how it matches up with your victim? How did the police in California not already know this? Wow.
Here's my interview. Charles, this story seems to really be getting legs. What happened today with the house where David had been staying? Tell me about that.
Yeah, this house where David had been staying at least earlier this year, probably even further back, police had a search warrant. They got a search warrant, and they finally went through the house last night. We got some information about what they were looking for there. We know that there were photos of detectives leaving the house with a computer and then several other bags of evidence bags. We don't know exactly what they pulled out of there. We know what they were looking for, and it is very clear that
they did pull out a computer, a very nice one, and some of it is in the background of some of the videos where he's recording. Interestingly enough, I do believe, based on some of the schematics, which I'm not going to show because it is someone's home, based on the schematics of the house, you can see it in quite a few of his past posts on social media. There's one post in particular where she is in a photo with him. You can tell it's her because of the tattoo, the clothing, her eyes. You can see half of her face. And you can see him. She's holding up a specific purse. That same purse is on the couch in the room that he has, and it's definitely hers. It's got a little key hanging from a little silver tag thing. And he's in this room, and he's putting content out on social media, and her purse is right there. The missing girls. Well, she's missing. While she's underage. And no, she didn't. Actually, there's a very sad picture on Facebook. I say it's sad because she is literally 11 in it, and she looks like a child, like a little bitty girl. She already looks like a little bitty girl, but she looks very much like a child. And I can't think of any reason why anyone would look at someone that young and think that's okay. But here's the thing, it's not just her, it's other girls are speaking up. One of his ex-girlfriends is 16. Another one claims that they started dating when she was 13. And they have receipts and conversations with him. And it's very disturbing.
That they are trying to connect the victim, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, to that home, and obviously to David also. We should say the home is about a block and a half away from where David's Tesla was parked when it was towed to an impound yard.
Okay, that's important. The proximity between this home that was investigated and searched and where the Tesla was found, that's key. I have seen reporting that neighbors had seen a Tesla parked outside that home.
Yeah, that very Tesla. We've spoken to several neighbors who said that the Tesla with the Texas plates, which is what makes it stand out here in LA, a black Tesla with those Texas plates. You know, it was registered to David, who's from.
And it had a big dent on it, a big ass dent. And that's disturbing, but it's also a bit identifiable, which is another reason why they're so sure it's the same one as on Google Maps. And even when they do blur the license plate, you can see the difference between a Texas and a California plate, even with the blur.
The Houston area. So we know that Tesla is his.
He actually, I think, started in Roblox. But yeah, Fortnite and Roblox. And he has a Fortnite character out now. Well, not anymore. Everybody's dropping him. Everybody's dropping him. Like, he had a Crocs sponsorship. Dropping him. All of it. Tour canceled. Finally. Should have been fucking 10 days ago. But regardless, yeah, he big on Roblox. Big on, actually, she had an account with Roblox too. And they communicated on it. I believe that they actually met through that or Discord. Could have also been IG. That's a thing. They had everything. They had Roblox. They had Discord. They had TikTok. They had Instagram. She had Facebook. He had just gotten a Reddit account like 2 weeks ago and started communicating directly with fans. But mainly they communicated a lot through Discord. I would not be surprised to find out if he has a Telegram, a Kick, a couple other things. I know he has Twitch. anytime you see Twitch, you can almost guarantee you're going to see, if it's not someone who's like a creator already on like YouTube or TikTok, someone is a Twitch, it's almost, I mean, most of the time, unless it says like, like there's a lot of wrestling ones, you know, it's almost always someone with gaming background history. She had an account, he had an account, they had characters, it was a whole thing. But yeah, big on Roblox. Same with Fortnite, especially Fortnite. He was like putting out music and stuff for it, like big brand style shit. Fucking crazy.
The thing that's still not clear is who was actually driving the Tesla when the body was placed in the car, who parked it where it was eventually found and impounded. Those are the dots that still need to be connected here. But as for this house, it's very clear that this is where David was staying. There are lots of photos that he posted from that home, you know.
And also, I'd like to point out on his tour that he's recently been on, the theme, get ready for this. This is so crazy. And it's crazy because they write it off as art. It's like when someone's lying to you and they tell you, oh yeah, like I would do that. And then they say it like they're disgusted and it makes you go, oh, well, I mean, they said it like that. They clearly, but the person's lying to you by being out front with it. They're telling you what they did, but they're saying it like they're being sarcastic or it's a joke, but they're telling you what they did. It's like that. It's basically what he did is he decided that throughout this tour, throughout every stop, they take a casket out of the back of a what's it called? A hearse. A hearse pulls up, a casket gets brought out. They take it into the venue, they set it up, and you're supposed to write a letter to a dead loved one and throw it in the casket. And he's been doing that at every tour stop. And all of his songs are about like murder and death and love. And his interviews are fucking trippy. He's like sitting there like, I need a rebirth, like a rose and a thorn. It's all this fucking hoo-ha. It's like, dude, you're fucking 20. What do you fucking know about shit? Like, come on. People acting like they're fucking, oh, my heart's been ripped out by a woman. You're fucking 20. Your fucking prefrontal cortex isn't even fully formed, you fucking weirdo. Like, enough. Being dramatic. He's being very dramatic. So his kid sings fucking dramatic music. Everybody fucking loves him. And while her body is being discovered, Sunflower, he's singing songs about her on stage and having caskets wheeled into the concerts while doing Crocs promotion. I wish it didn't get worse, but it actually does.
He entertained people there. Benny Blanco came over and he posted some photos with him. The group Cat's Eye was there. They recorded a video with David, like a TikTok video with David in that house. So this is where he apparently was staying and clearly entertaining friends and, you know, posting content from that home. So the one thing we have not seen is a video of Celeste or photos of Celeste in that house. Now, other photos have surfaced showing, it seems
you're going to see a lot of photos of her with him in a minute.
Pretty clear at this point that David and Celeste had a relationship. There's a live stream that was resurfaced where they were talking to some of his fans, and also a photo of David and Celeste out at an event.
Take a look at that scarf on his head right there, because in a little bit you're going to see her with rose-colored highlights in her hair. He got her hair done. It reflects like a red burgundy color. It looks beautiful on her, honestly. But you're going to see that scarf on her head because she's wearing it while she's with him.
Somewhere in LA in, it appears, October 2023, because there's a photo of David and Billie Eilish at the same event. from that date.
In October of 2023.
October of 2023. Because let's go back. Let's go back to something. First of all, she ran away once with him. Was brought back home. He wrote in texts to her that we got to stick it out, bro. We got to stick it out, bro. We got to hang in there together because there's reasons we can't be together. We got to be apart, but we'll stick it out. Because she says she wants to go back home to her mother and her sister where she belongs. And he lets her know, we're going to stick it out. As in, I'm not taking you back to where you belong. She ends up going back. She's gone again. She's with him again. It reminds me a lot of Kristen Galvan. I'm not going to lie, it reminds me a lot of Kristen Galvan.
She'd have been just turned 14?
Yes.
No, just turned 13.
13. And he would have been, so 2023, he would have been 17 or 18.
Yeah, not legal.
18.
Yeah.
Not legal. If
that
anything,
is another part of this. If it was a romantic relationship, yes, certainly disturbing. And we haven't seen anything like sort of PDA or anything that would make you think that we could say for sure this was a romantic relationship. But what is clear is they spent a lot of time together.
There are text messages, screenshots from her friends with her where she explains her period and how she thinks at one point, I'll just put it this way, at one point he announced on Discord that they were going to have a baby, which I don't believe was true. And she explains in a text message her period cycle and that she had allegedly had sexual relations with someone in the past. And how the only person she's been with recently is David. So they did. And that's, I mean, she's a minor. So that's molestation.
The nature of the relationship is we don't know for sure yet.
okay, well, I'm going to skip ahead to something I was going to ask you in a minute, but I'm going to go there now. Maybe we don't have pictures or anything of them indicating anything romantic, but there's art, there are songs, and now everything's being looked at through a microscope. Tell me about a leaked song called Celeste.
Yeah, the lyrics to this song now, like you said, looking through today's lens, very interesting. This is a song, it was unreleased, but it did leak on SoundCloud in in December of 2023. Some of the lyrics, and again, the title was Celeste. It says, "Oh, Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her on my clothes like cigarettes. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed."
That's 2023.
December of 2023, right.
Like 4 months before she disappeared.
Right. And actually, I believe there was another time. It appears that I don't know if it was she had run away or just that she was not contacting her mother. And so there was, in January of 2024, a missing report. And then again, another one in April. So her home life is also something we're looking into because it's clear that she was not.
I do believe they are, Sister Wendy. I do believe they are. Yeah, exactly. She was 11 when this stuff started, just communicating with him at all, it seems. Could have been possibly 12, but regardless, it doesn't matter. She was too fucking young. And that's on him, not her. The second you find out someone is too young to be communicating with you, you don't communicate with them anymore. You stop. Too young, bye, or just not at all. You just leave the conversation. But this guy lingered. And apparently he had other girls, allegedly. I mean, they have proof that he spoke to who were young. And the shitty part is that because of the position he's in as an entertainer, he can write it off as, I'm just connecting with my young fans. But this is beyond that.
This was not a stable situation, and that she was in and out of the house. We also know that, there was a photo, and we don't have a date for this one yet. There's a photo of David in a parking lot in Lake Elsinore, California, which for people outside of LA, that is a place that's about 70 miles east of LA. So it's not like right around the corner. And David was in a parking lot there in Lake Elsinore, which is where Celeste and her family live. They're from Lake Elsinore. So
Yet another
that
coincidence.
yes. And by the way, that parking lot, we looked at it on we geotagged the photo and looked at it is about a 6-minute walk from Celeste's home where her mom lives anyway.
Then there's another.
And let's talk about that photo, because you're going to see that photo in a minute. And he left a big part out. He left a really big part out. That photo's been reposted a few times. At one point, it's in a screenshot with two people talking, and the person who provided the first screenshot of that photo, I should say the first and second. The first is the person who was there taking the photo, and the second was a moderator from David's Discord who was using the photo to insist that David was being somehow blackmailed or extorted by her friends, allegedly. So this is where it gets even more fucked up somehow, as if it's not already. Allegedly, her friends allegedly found out that she was not of age. They knew, and allegedly, when he got very, very famous and was obviously still in love with her, according to him, obviously still wanting to be with a child, allegedly, some people insisted he should pay them to keep quiet about it. And in that picture, in that parking lot in Lake Elsinore, money is being given to them by David, allegedly, for that silence, because he knew being outed would ruin his career. Allegedly.
Another singer. There's another song that I find disturbing. It's 2022, and it's called Romantic Homicide.
Kelly, I am so sorry about that. That is awful. And yeah, Instagram, Roblox, all of it. Excuse me. Facebook, Twitter. If they can find a way, they will. And earlier when I was talking to you guys about, they call them Romeo pimps. But here's the thing. It's not always to groom for sex trafficking. A lot of the time, it's to groom for themselves. A predator, whether they're a predator or a pimp, it doesn't matter. There's this Romeo tagline that's often used by law enforcement and by people who work with survivors of this. And it's called that for a specific reason, because you're wooed. You're made to think this is my boyfriend. This is consensual. This is a loving relationship. And the problem is, as a child, you cannot make that decision legally, and you are not old enough to make that decision. So it is always 100% of the time, I don't care who the kid is, they are a child. It is always incumbent upon the adult to take responsibility for that. You're supposed to protect kids, not groom them. So, whether it's someone who is grooming them for themselves or to take advantage of them and traffic them, regardless, it's not okay. And it is never the child's fault. And when I tell you, they will do everything to keep reaching out, even if they get put in prison. Sometimes they'll try to reach out still. You have to be careful. And the recidivism, just like prison, where people keep going back, when it is an abusive relationship, when women go back and people go, oh no, why did they do that? Because that's the cycle of abuse. It's the exact same, if not, in my opinion, expounded more when it's a child. Like, it's a way bigger deal. because really just try to think about this. Try to think about your first love where you were really in love. Something about it will stick with people. And when you're a kid and that first love is fake, it's a groomer, it's someone taking advantage of you. In a way, this arrested development sits in because just like abusing a drug or alcohol, being abused can cause someone to kind of revert. You are being taken advantage of when you're a vulnerable child. So the chances of you being able to recover from that and not fall for it again and not, I don't want to say allow people to take advantage of you, because it's really not your fault that someone else is a dick and fucking with you and trying to hurt you. But to recognize the signs becomes harder and harder. And the risk is so much higher to go back, whether you're lured or sometimes they will come find you. They will hunt you and you have to be fucking careful. And it's terrifying. It is terrifying. Thank you for sharing that, Kelly. And good luck, dude. I'm so lucky. You're so lucky your kid got rescued. And I'm so lucky to get to hear a story like that where at least she made it out, dude. At least she made it out. And it's okay that it's taking time, but it's great that you're working on it. And you might feel messed up for a while, but eventually that pain can be turned into something wonderful to help you and others. And I think that you got to give yourself healing time, give yourself some fucking grace, because these people are fucking ruthless. The people who do that type of shit to kids are ruthless. Thank you, Nina Drew. That's going to go towards Hoogan's Chicken Weenies. Good morning, Stephen. Cover your ears. We're talking about an awful situation.
It is,
and
one
there's
of
some lyrics there that are disturbing.
It is actually one of his biggest hits. If you look up David's songs on a streaming platform, Romantic Homicide is usually near the top, if not the top song. And some of the lyrics from that song, he says, "In the back of my mind, I killed you, and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true."
And if you're on TikTok or Instagram, that song, you've probably heard it a million times and didn't even realize it. It's the one that goes, "In the back of my mind." That's this guy. It's so weird too, because it's used in a lot of social media, and I didn't realize that was that song. And I didn't realize that I never thought of what the lyrics were or what they meant. And it's so crazy that this was put out and the whole situation surrounding it. How did nobody, I'm sorry, I do not like saying how did no one notice, how did no one see, but this is egregious. Like, this is genuinely one of the few times where you will hear me go, how the fuck did no one notice?
I hate you.
Important
again,
to say, no mention of the name Celeste here.
No
and
mention of Celeste in there.
Doing the math, correct me if I'm wrong, she'd be 12 in 2022.
Yeah, we don't know when they first, met, when their friendship or whatever it was began. But obviously there are a lot of images now of them together. They had some sort of relationship. And now clearly police are trying to connect those dots as well. I got to tell you about the search at the house. We know what while we don't know what they actually left with, we know from law enforcement sources what they were looking for and what.
We are going to see pictures of some of the things that they left with. It's a lot of computer stuff. And again, one more time, take a look at that. I want you to really look at that headdress. What is that called? Didn't I call that Poochie once? Isn't that a different brand? Is it Poochie? What is that called? That silken design of 80s tracksuits, of middle-aged women mall walking, which I loved joining in on as a child. Pay attention to that head wrap, that scarf. You're going to see it in a minute. You're going to see it on her head.
they did inside the house. You know, they were looking for blood evidence. We're told that the detectives went through the house. There was, with luminol.
That's what it is. It's Hermes. That's what The Rock wears now. So The Rock wears a lot of Hermes. The other one is, or Hermes is what we used to call it. Hermes. The other one, Hermes. The other one is Poochie is the one that was real big in Sex and the City. And we should bring back mall walking. In fact, that's the shirt. I'm starring that. That's the shirt.
Thinking that if whatever happened to Celeste.
Also, can we fucking talk about, so rarely do I get so complimentary? Maybe it's because this is morning meat. Don't say Labubu. Don't say Labubu in chat. No Labubu. Can we talk? I'm going to compliment him. This guy doesn't fucking age. He has looked the same since I got my news from Channel 1. And that's a September 11th reference. Like, this guy doesn't age at all. Yeah, and they always, when Micah Stauffer was doing her apology video for duct taping baby Huxley, she fucking had Hermes shit. I'm pretty sure it was Hermes. Like a book or some fashion book on the bed or in the background. Oh, it was so crazy.
She met her demise in the house. They wanted to see if there was any evidence of blood anywhere in the home. So they were using luminol around the house. They were checking drains to see if there's any, blood evidence or, blood or tissue that was in the drains there. So they did a scouring of this house looking for any evidence. Again, we don't know what, if anything, they found, but our law enforcement sources say when they executed this search warrant, that was on the list, a very long list of things they were looking for in that house.
I'll tell you this subconsciously, and this is total side note, has nothing to do with the story at hand. I want to like this guy because I heard a great story about him from a friend of mine who does comedy. She got out of a car in LA. She didn't know, first of all, she was from New York. This was like a decade ago. Taxis were still big in New York at the time. Didn't know that LA isn't a place you want to get a taxi. Just call an Uber, But she called a taxi. And the guy drove her around like a Baltimore cop trying to kill her in the back. Like she's just flopping around. She said it was awful. She gets out of the cab. She's dizzy as fuck. She falls. She described it to me. She was like, Kat, it was like D and It's Always Sunny when she's drunk and fighting and throwing her shoe. And I'm like, I know exactly what you're talking about. She just fell face first, planted in the concrete. She said she looked up and this dude from TMZ is leaning over her like Jesus. And he's like, let me help you. And he gave her his jacket. Isn't that sweet? Because she had blood on her tits. He gave her his jacket. She scratched her chin and her tits. And she fucked up a tooth. And this guy gave her his jacket. And I was like, damn. The guy from TMZ, she's like, the one with the dreads. I was like, oh shit. Oh shit, son. So I kind of always wanted to like him. But I have to say, he's Eric Andre with dreads, dude. He's always looked like that. It's the peptides.
That's very painful to hear because
it's the peptides and the labubus.
We know that this body was dismembered and not all parts of this body were recovered. So it would make perfect sense if they were looking.
I maintain she had CTE or some sort of head injury and was just going into psychosis and saw him. But she says he was real.
Looking to see where that dismembering happened. Right. And also just remind me, this house is being rented by David's manager.
Stevie, grounded and also hilarious. And also, you're right. You're right. Should have given her a fucking ice pack, taken her to the hospital. What a dick.
Yeah, you got to keep in mind that David is a very young, he's 20 years old. So from what we've seen as listings, this house is,
okay, that part I was like, hold up there, soldier. Don't call him young. He's an adult.
Is going, $20,000 that it can be rented for $20,000 a month. It is a large home. It's an estate, really. That's not the kind of thing even a famous 20-year-old could do on his own, typically. It is his manager, a guy who is connected to Interscope Records.
Josh Marshall is his name,
yes.
Right?
Yes. So he is the person we found out who was actually on the lease, who was renting this. But again, from all the photos that David has posted, it's very clear he was staying.
And you cannot tell me that Mr. Josh Marshall is not going to be pissed that his name has been mentioned repeatedly on TMZ, affiliated with this guy. And in the spirit of being fair, regardless of what people have put on the internet, he might not have any fucking clue that this is going on. Sure, some people said he probably did. He's creepy. He's just like, this is just speculation. This guy might not know it all. But damn, when there's a Tesla outside of your house with a body in it of a kid, I don't know. What do you think?
In this home, if not all the time, frequently he was staying there.
Was the focus just on the house, or did they look elsewhere around the property?
They looked around the entire property. There's the house, there's a yard also where they could have searched for.
What about a garage?
Yes, there's a garage there. In fact, I want to say it's a 3-car garage that they went into. They searched there.
And you know what? This is a good point. I mean, I still can't get you guys to give me your prints. But this is his client. He's going to be working with this kid, living with this kid, investing in this kid. And you know what's crazy? I'm glad you mentioned that. This guy just went through, I shouldn't say kid, grown-ass fucking man, just went through media training. That's crazy. Like, he just went through that. And I'm sitting here going, did he learn nothing? Because he's kept his fucking mouth shut while his Tesla has been at an impound with a body in it. Kind of crazy, right? And you would think as his manager and agent, with the guy staying in your fucking house, you maybe would have noticed. Why not pay attention to what he's doing online? Because when I went and looked at what he was doing online, he was talking to a lot of people about disturbing shit that would be incriminating even if he didn't have a body in his trunk. So who was watching him? Who was his handler? What is going on here? Hello, Polly Walnuts. You have to have access to the car or app to open the trunk. There you go. They popped it open pretty good, though, at the lot. I do wonder how. You know what? They raided his house. Well, they got the body before they raided his house. I wonder if they were able to get him to open it from afar because he was on tour. You're going back to school? I saw EBs walking to school. You're going to school. Everybody be careful on your way to school today. Yeah, what a coincidence, right? It is giving Casey Anthony. It is. It absolutely is. You have a Tesla 3. Let me ask you a question. And I don't want it to be too loaded because I want to give you a chance to answer if you can. I don't want to ask too much. But what do you think as a Tesla 3 owner is going to be able to be pulled from this? Is there any internal tracking on the car as far as any internal cameras? Does it log every time someone opens and closes a door to where it's easily accessible, through your app? Or is that something that they would have to request data? Basically, is your data easily accessible? Because I know that with older cars, you can get beep codes, right? You can find out every time, you need a new fuel injector. It's like when shit breaks, right? But with Tesla, the whole cool thing about it is that it's constantly logging everything that's done. Do you have access to that? Or is that something that you would have to request from the dealer? It has cameras inside and outside. Holy shit. Do you know, can you remote pop open the trunk through an app? Because I know you can do that with Zipcar and Turo on a couple of different cars we've rented. You can actually use the app to unlock the car. And I'm wondering if he's in another country or another state, could he pop it open using his app? It knows if you sneeze, it knows if you fart. And thank you, by the way, for answering that. And you know, exactly, Elon, you dirty dog. For all the hate, I give a lot of Elon-based shit. I mean, damn, that is pretty sick. Yes, okay, interesting. Heads up, Cryptic. Don't do any crimes in that thing. I mean, don't do any at all. But also, if you do them, damn. I mean, don't.
I mean,
Also, thank you for answering that for us. I appreciate it. That's interesting to know. Okay.
my mind, being in true crime, goes to Dexter, and garages are often one of the places of choice, you know, for this kind of macabre behavior. Yeah. And then do you have any information on purchasing? Like, was anybody within David's orb purchasing things like the kind of supplies you would need for this kind of an operation? Sometimes the Home Depot, sometimes Walmart. People go in with big cleaning supplies, drop sheets, you know, even tools, that kind of thing. Bleach.
I know where your mind is going, Ashley, and I wish I could say we don't know at this point, but you know, it has been very difficult, I will say, to speak to people in David's orbit, that close friends.
Good morning, Stoic Dissension. Good morning, and I get what he's saying. Like, it's difficult to speak to them within his orbit, but here's the cool thing about Gen Z. You don't have to reach out to them. They post it. They post fucking everything. They post when they have a feeling. They post when they have a fart. They post when they feel stupid. They post when they feel smart. They post and post and post and post, and they post your fucking receipts and my receipts, and they post all the deets. And if you say, well, this cost me $15, they'll say, well, here's proof that it was $14.37, you ignorant slut. And what if it was the Tesla? That's enough, EB. Go to school. The owl did it. EB's over here like the owl fucking did it. But also, oh my God, a Tesla did kill that one lady here in Texas, out in Crawford. Shit. The politician's wife, who I'm blanking on right now, and it's someone crazy. Damn. Yeah, I see where you're going with that. That's enough. Don't make me think too hard. You have no idea what I've seen tonight. You're about to see it. Last night, Ernie does win. The owl pushed Tesla and caused it to lock down. Really, EB? EB's fucking around. In all seriousness, holy shit. Like, getting stuck. I would think that, except that she was, unfortunately, and trigger warning, the body was found in pieces. So I don't know that the Tesla did that. But I understand why you would think that.
As you would imagine, most people are pretty tight-lipped and not willing to say anything.
Yeah, they're not. They're not tight-lipped at all. You just weren't online last night, sir. You just were not online last night, sir. You just don't know how to Discord, sir. If you knew how to Discord, sir, you would see his besties talking about it, her bestie, everybody's fucking talking about it.
At this point, because they know what's going on. They know this case has been getting a lot of attention here in LA and growing in
Not only that, they screenshot themselves warning people a year ago and then put an alert on it and said, when we find out this motherfucker's a pedo, I'm coming back to this. And I'm like, damn.
Attention it's getting around the country. They know what police are looking for. And so they have not exactly been forthcoming with a lot of information.
Well, you know how that works, Charles. The minute arrests start happening, people start talking because nobody wants to be on the business end of a charge connected with, accessory, after or during, or conspiracy. I mean, these are the kinds of things that make the concentric circle squeeze to the player they're looking for. And I'm not saying it's David. I'm not saying it's his manager. It could be any of the above.
The concentric circle squeeze, Ashley. The concentric circle squeeze. This one might have a bright future ahead of her.
Never know. It could be anybody. But just what about David himself? Like, what's going on with him? Is he in hiding? Is he under arrest? What are his management and endorsements? What's happening with him?
Boy, I wish I could tell you all. Here's what we know about David. The last place he was seen publicly for certain was in Seattle when he performed 2 nights.
I fold to that. That's true. Who needs cell bright? Dude, their cells are bright. Gen Z's cells are so bright.
Ago.
Also, I just realized why you said butthole, because concentric circle squeeze and Wendy never stop. Never stop.
He had a show that was scheduled last night, but that one was canceled. And while we figured that he would.
Yeah, probably because at least someone told him, hey, maybe you shouldn't wheel a fucking casket out tonight and sing about death when it looks pretty fucking bad for you because you've been grooming a child, allegedly.
Would be coming back to LA. We know that he has an attorney. We have not positively seen him yet. There was a sighting of someone that someone believed to be David, but we can't confirm 100% it was him. So we are on the lookout trying to find out where he is, but we have not seen him yet. And interestingly, he had shows scheduled here in LA this weekend. He was supposed to be playing at the Greek Theater. And what's really creepy and eerie is that you could go online right now as we're speaking and buy tickets to the show in LA. And also there's a show scheduled in San Francisco Friday night that has yet to be officially canceled. So
why is that creepy and eerie that you could still, that's sus, I believe. I think you used the wrong Gen Z word, sir. I think that's sus. That means they're collecting ticket money and there's no show.
Look, that may change. This is as we're speaking right now, but I would expect it would be really bizarre to see him.
Hey, you're the best, Sister Wendy. And also, hold up. Sorry, I'm selfish. I'm going back a little. Look at this fucking hoss in an NWO shirt. Look at him repping WCW like a beast.
It would be really bizarre to see him on stage performing as if nothing's going on when we know police have searched the home where he was living.
Yeah, he canceled the Seattle show and now it's all on pause as of literally 12 hours ago. That show is still going on. Oops. Oopsie.
It's been very difficult, I will say, to speak to people in David's orbit, that close friends. As you would imagine, most people are pretty tight-lipped and not willing to say anything at this point because they know what's going on. They know this case has been getting a lot of attention here in LA and growing in the attention it's getting around the country. They know what police are looking for, and so they have not exactly been forthcoming with a lot of information.
Well, you know how that works, Charles. The minute arrests start happening, people start talking because nobody wants to be on the business end of a charge connected with, accessory, after or during.
Okay, Ashley, we get it. All right, no one wants to catch a case. We get it, hun. Yeah, his orbit is full of kids. His orbit is full of people who would enjoy drinking orbits. Remember that? Ooh. Okay. Now let's look at some of the stuff. Okay. First, we're going to do a little palate cleanse. Just a little one. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the stuff that we're about to look at is going to make you angry. And so, I think we're deserving of it. Okay. We're actually going to have 2 palate cleanses. They're going to be short. But I feel like You guys sat through Charles and Ashley, right? So you deserve this. I feel like you deserve this. I feel like you've worked hard. You've been good. You know, you deserve it. As soon as StreamYard unfreezes me, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Okay, here it is.
Get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't been on the roof. Never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't lay on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy drill on the roof. Never seen a big boy drill on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy drill on the roof. Big boy drilling on the roof. Big boy drilling on the roof. Big boy ain't drilling on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't climbing on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. How you do it like that? Damn, you got tools on your back. Climbing on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Shit, big boy get loose. Shit, big boy get loose. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never, oh shit, and you falling on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy hop on the roof. How you do it like that? Oh shit, you just make a back. Oh shit, pick up your back. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Get on the roof. Get on the roof. Get your ass out the roof. Get your ass back out the roof. I ain't never see a big boy leap on the roof. Get the big ass off.
Happy Friday, everyone. Hello, Noel. Happy Friday to you too. Happy Friday, hidden metadata. Happy Friday, Stevie, Sister Wendy, EB, Sunflower Soul, Sister Wendy, and EB. Everybody's here. Okay, one more palate cleanser. This is my new favorite video on the internet. This is a guy at a town hall meeting, a select board meeting, if you will. If you thought Big Boy was something, this is how I'm going to be going to all the meetings, city council and beyond from now on. This is how my voice will be heard. I'm going to rip off this gentleman. Please enjoy, and then we'll get to the crazy stuff.
Mr. Thilly, I started your time.
Why did our taxes go up so much?
Thank you, Mr. Thilly. I like the interpretive dance. Mr. Thilly, I started your time.
Why did our taxes go up so much?
Thank you, Mr. Thilly. I like the interpretive dance. Mr. Thilly, I started.
This is the type of shit that we could be doing, but you kids play too much. Or maybe you don't play enough. I don't know. Get him Thilly, though. I love him. I absolutely love him. The only reason I'm not laughing is because I'm stunned silent by his moves. I'm still in awe that he exists. Why did our taxes go up so much? That is 100% how you ask. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I can imagine. I mean, Austin City Council, we had a guy dressed as a clown. And then we had that guy, he actually came to the comedy club and did pretty good. He did a whole set. But he's just like, yo, dude, why are you trying to harsh our vibe? Select Board Breakdance Spectacular, dude. We have to send this. We're going to send this to Papa Uncle Mike and tell Uncle Mike, like, dude, go to the meeting and do a Philly. The Parks and Rec lady is my favorite. The one who's like, they won't let me use the internet at the library because it rejects my password. She's just so upset. She's just like, I can't get a job. Love her so much. Her and Mr. Philly. There's a guy named Green Shirt Guy who had a very hilarious moment in Arizona, I want to say, or maybe New Mexico City Council meeting. Anyway, he follows me on my comedy account. We've had some hilarious conversations. Green Shirt Guy is my hero. I will find Mr. Philly and make him be my friend. And that lady who's like, the internet won't save my password, so I can't go to the library and I can't get a job. I can't log into my Facebook. We do. We absolutely do. EB loves it. The world does need more. Oh my God. Yeah, I relate to that lady a lot too. She's like, I can't log into my Facebook. Okay. He does have a point though. Are you ready to be mad? I'm ready to be mad. I hate being mad, but like sometimes you got to be mad. Okay, let me open this up. And we're doing this as a sort of slideshow of sorts. So it's going to freeze it first because it's doing it through my Facebook. All right, let me pull up the first one. Here we go. This pisses me off so bad. All right. Okay. So, his inner circle. Whoops. Let's make sure. Let's. Okay, there. Yeah, today's grandpas are break dancers. It's great. So we're going to start here. We're going to start with his inner circle. Okay. There are people in his inner circle that are very public about it. Remember how like we made mods and within 5 days, everyone accused us of having them run a coup for us? Like they're way more dialed in than we thought. Like they know my sleeping schedule. They don't. They didn't. They were just as clueless as the rest. Well, this guy is his own moderator on almost every medium he uses for socials as his artist name. And he has a lot of mods. And they tend to be people that he privately DMs with. And they've been very vocal. But on every platform. And he has a lot of friends on every platform. And people in real life that he travels with, works with, and knows. This person, Exile's Funeral, seems to know quite a bit, as they were friends with Celeste, the victim. Okay. I'm going to read to you a post they made. And this is him, I believe, or her, whoever this is, Exile's Funeral, this person who's close to him. They were communicating with David and asking who his girlfriend was. And he does a face reveal of her. And it is Celeste. And the thing about this is he talks about her openly in Discord. They all do. For months in 2023 and 2024, various people on his Discord were constantly tagging Celeste, communicating with Celeste, talking about Celeste. And he openly called her wifey. Everybody was desperate for a face reveal. So let's go ahead and read this. Was getting too many messages, hate being in this type of stuff, but the body that was found in David's car was ID'd as my friend and a friend of my old friend group. So this person used to hang out in a friend group with Celeste, and Celeste was their friend, okay? Here we go. It was known that she was dating David, to me at least. Screenshots I'm showing is first me explaining my story with everything and her a bit, showing proof that this is the same girl by name and by face from shit she sent me back then. It's hard to prove some of the screenshots because Instagram deleted her messages when she deleted her new account, By the way, she deletes a lot of accounts and starts new ones, or has, at least in the past, to talk to people from. And that's one of the reasons she shows her face, so that they know this is my new account. You feel me? Okay. But I have old screenshots from her older account that shows her messages. But to add more proof that I knew her, I added a screenshot at the end of us being in the same group chats, matching the same name in PFP as the screenshots of her on the David server. And then another screenshot of a picture of them together and got posted online is what they mean. David also used to have pictures with her on his posts, but later took them off when they broke up from what I could depict. The last time me and Celeste spoke, I believe, was around definitely December, around 2024. She drunkenly called me after asking to call, as you can see in one of the screenshots where I'm telling her I can call in a minute. And she was crying, throwing up, and sharing her screen, showing me that she was spam calling David and spam texting him to pick back up the phone and how she misses him. I probably have a screenshot of his phone number somewhere, but I couldn't find it, and I'll look again when I can. But then a few days after that, called me and her as she deleted her account again and went ghost off everything, and I no longer had contact with her, which I didn't see as anything wrong because it wouldn't be the first time she's went off the internet. I had no idea she went missing. To people saying that I'm lying about all this, I genuinely don't understand how I benefit from something. That's a good point. If anything, I am cutting certain connections off from myself by speaking out on this because I'm also a music artist. I was this girl's friend. We were decently close enough for her to talk to me about her relationship shit. And I'm not using her name for some fuck shit. Okay, fair enough. I was genuinely distraught. And as you can see, these are pictures of her. Definitely her. And yeah, drunk. She's a baby. She's a child. This sucks. That's an up-close picture she sent. Okay. So all of these unavailable messages are supposedly her. Now, because of some of the contents of what she's saying in these, there are screenshots from back when the account was open that has the trace of this name, essentially. And you can see that this was her old account. And it was before she deleted it. But that's from a different user. And they're both underage. And the stuff they're talking about is intense. So we're not going to show that. But I can assure you, this seems legit. And there are caches of it on the internet. So it existed. All right. And by the way, they talk about everything in this, including, look, Minecraft. They play Minecraft. That's another thing. They all play Minecraft big time. Okay. About to play Minecraft. What are you doing? She says something. Hold on, I'm in the kitchen. Give me a minute. I'll just call you later. My phone's going to die. She says 3 things. Not the best, but doing better than you are right now, I think. And then she's sending responses. And this is back in 2024. And now we're at March 3rd. This is a different one. This is one of her other old accounts. Okay. And this is somebody else saying, Miss Celeste. Okay. And then right here, they said, I'd be washing my ass. She says that, wait, it's probably Jay's pen being washed away. It's just some internal monologue, but they're doing this, or internal dialogue between these two friends, and they're showing the date. Okay. So here, this is, and again, I apologize for the words. This is just what their Discord say. This is her old account. This is a picture of it. Okay, and you're going to see this picture pop up a lot, but it's showing you how old this account was in this Discord. Do you see that date? 2021. She was fucking 11, dude. She was 11 years old. This child was born in 2010. This is him. This is his account. It's the same one that he had for a while. It's hard to see, but it says D4D. It says the David, but it has the 4 in it. And he says, is Celeste in here? She responds. Remember that picture? Hi, David Bark. You see that? 2020, October 22nd. Is that 2023? Sorry. Or October 3rd. I'm so bad at reading time. Anyway, this is them reflecting on it, showing that he had a girlfriend, but they're talking about does he have a girlfriend? Who's he dating? And they're showing screenshots. And we're just tearing through this. Okay, this is his post, okay? So this is his post with her right there with glasses on. Okay? In the hoodie. When I was writing this is from him. He posted this picture. Okay? Not these, this one. When I was writing this, I got a notey from you as you were talking about wanting to be with your mom and your sister again. Take me where I belong. But our circumstances won't allow us to be in our ideal situations. We got to push through it, bro. That was in 2022. That was in 2022. And to be fair, Ernie, a lot of this she did while she was run away and they had missing persons reports out on her. And they likely didn't. I mean, for all we know, they might not. I don't know if they didn't speak English. I don't know if they don't, because somebody suggested that earlier. I don't know if they weren't technologically sound on the internet. I don't know. There are people who are alleging that her older sister knew about all this and facilitated, but we don't know that. So I'm not going to presume that. And I think her older sister is just, like a year older than her. I could be wrong. I don't know. These are minors, so I didn't dig that much into it. I was looking at what was public on social media through Discords for the public, just to see what they were putting out there. Was she telling people she was a different age, like people are insinuating? But those people seem to only be his friends and mods. And really only one or two. Mostly everyone is speaking up and being like, nah, not cool. Not okay. But he posted this with the picture. That's how out there this was. Him tagging her, and other people were saying, this is a different Celeste. This is a 23-year-old. No, it's not. Because this is our Celeste's account. This is the child Celeste's account. It has the same picture as her in 2024. It's her account. Okay. Dude, why does David follow you? All respect to, so this is the conversation. Actually, we're going to come back to this. I'm going to show you this I'm going to show you the full unblurred in context in a minute. We'll come back to that because the brother posted that. Okay, so this is where it's about to get wild, as if it's not enough. Okay. This is her teacher explaining to her class. We're talking 8th grade freshman, something around there. Just watch this video. This is the teacher. And I get where he's going, but it feels harsh. Let's just say that. And a little like, whoa, I had a hard time consuming this video.
In front of this poster right here. Okay, hold up. I got another one because I got a picture on TMZ of this other kid exchanging stuff with the rapper who we alleged did this stuff. Hold on a second, because he's also in my classroom.
Wait, how long ago was
we all just found out yesterday who it was, but she's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on classroom.
I can't see it.
Hold up. That's her in my classroom. Social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened, that it was this rapper, that they were like blackmailing him, all of this stuff. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media. Let me tell you another story.
They need to know. But at the same time, did you hear what he said? The teacher just announced to the class that her friends were blackmailing the rapper, threatening to tell, and that back in 2022, they knew that they had a relationship. The sheriff went and got her, brought her back. She goes missing again. She's found dismembered in a car. They were both in her class. So he's talking about so when he says that, the two kids in the you're going to see a picture of two people taking money. They're in a parking lot. Remember the parking lot in Lake Elsinore? That was referenced by Charles. There's two kids. One has a skateboard. It's literally, they're dressed like Rue in Euphoria. All these kids. Hoodies, baggy pants. They're accepting money from the rapper openly in a parking lot. Picture taken, okay, of this. And the teacher is saying, these two kids taking the money were in my class. Both of them, including her. This was her teacher. And he's saying that her friends blackmailed this rapper who she met on social media and ran away with twice. And now she's dead in the back of a car. And the teacher is saying it like, I was on TMZ. Let's play it again. It's a little out of order, and I don't know why, but I will. There's a full video. We'll watch it in a minute on Reddit. But now that you have context, watch it again.
In front of this poster right here. Okay, hold up. I got another one because I got a picture on TMZ of this other kid exchanging stuff with the rapper who we alleged did this stuff. Hold on a second, because he's also in my classroom.
Wait, how long ago was
this? We all just found out yesterday who it was, but she's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on classroom.
I can't see it.
Hold up. That's her in my classroom. Social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened, that it was this rapper, that they were like blackmailing him, all of this stuff. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media. Let me tell you another story.
I think it's because he's doing Pauly Shore hands, where he's like, he's in the juice, but he's like talking about this disturbing thing. And I'm like, dude, calm down with the California right now. Like, okay. So this again, it's hard to see, and I apologize. There's really no way to make it bigger, actually, because if I try to make it bigger in Facebook, it's actually going to shrink it. Yeah, no, let's just leave it. I'll read it to you. This is a post from American Strawberry. The user has since deleted their account. I was able to go back and look at some history prior to that. You guys know how. WBM. If you know, you know. This is all alleged. All right. This is what someone else wrote. I'm just reading it to you. This guy is a weirdo. A close friend's little sister from the IE ran away last year, and this is who she was with. We think her sister was pimping her out. She was in 7th grade at the time. LAPD sweep the place in the hills. I'm terrified that's who's in the car. Nobody has heard from her in months. I won't release names as she's still a minor, but she was from Lake Elsinore. This is an old post from before they knew whose body was in the car. And it's talking about David in his Reddit, in his subreddit. That just goes to show, ignore the thing about the sister. That's likely gossip. But it's crazy that this person just happened to know. Because again, we don't have any proof of that. But for this person to know in advance that she was a minor from Lake Elsinore, no one had heard from her for months, and they're claiming that this guy is a weirdo. Huh. Not even a year ago, my homie told me that David guy owes someone money in Lake Elsinore. Now this girl is dead, missing from Lake Elsinore. Weird. I looked through this person's friends, and they definitely had a lot of mutuals. This person was among the mutuals. He told me he gave someone in Elsinore money because he was with a minor and showed me a picture of it too. I didn't even know if I believed it at the time, but now I'm tweaking. This guy is a pedo, from what I've heard. This is all alleged. These are just what other people have said who happen to be directly friends with a lot of the people in this friend group, followers of his, who seemingly have had contact with him, verifiable, proven on their social media. My sister, who is now in the 9th grade, told me that he was dating an 8th grader. Let's call her C. And she would go on trips with him to LA. They are all in 9th grade now, and it turns out C's friends knew, and he would pay them to keep their mouth shut. C has been missing for over a month now, and no one knows her whereabouts. Definitely something strange going on. This person is referencing Celeste. Again, this is before the body was named as hers. This is the picture that the teacher was holding up, saying, "These are my students," in addition to her, who is missing. There's a picture of David in Lake Elsinore paying kids off that they took. They had this picture before the body was discovered. Now it's being posted around by those kids. This is true. This picture has been posted since before the body was discovered because some people leaked it among this friend group and said, "This guy's a creep. We made him pay us off so we wouldn't tell people he was dating a minor." This is him at his house at night, 2023. Do you see that? December 13th, 2023. Okay. In this picture, she would be what? 13? No, 12. Who's the girl? He responds, "You are a fed." And there she is right there. The missing girl. The child. He's 18 at this point, I believe. This is them, her and him, January of 2024, telling the mods to delete all videos after he ends a stream because she makes a comment about Jeffrey Epstein and says something about who cares about kids getting raped. So she does say that. She's a child. She's going to say childish shit. He's an adult sitting there with her on a live stream while she's missing. Let me turn the sound on. I mean, it is what it is.
Wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one? What's good, David? Big fan, big me. Oh, thank you, Mitochondria. Appreciate you.
I gotta sound with him if you even.
Are we
We need to delete this.
Are we Maz? Can we delete all VODs and then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too? Oh, yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one? What's good, David? Big fan, big me. Oh, thank you, Mitochondria. Appreciate you. Wait.
So there they are, together, an adult and a child while she's missing. This is David talking to a girl who posted that she used to date him and that he used to hit on her and she was a minor and that he's been hitting on minors for a while. And she posted this. I swear you're shorter than me. Nah, you're mad because I guessed your real height. No, you didn't. Let me find out. You're like a dwarf for real. What the fuck you be wearing these days? It's giving a little Uzi Vert. Stop. This is him talking to, I think she was like 12 or 13 at the time. You sing with an accent. Always have. I really noticed it when you released your whatever mix thingy. I thought someone else was singing it. Laughed my ass off. That's so real. I don't even know how I developed it. Just stuck now. Can't wait to see you perform in late June. You're coming. What? You're literally on my phone case to must go. Okay. So these are now, so that's his text with a girl who claimed she was a minor. I did look into her. It does seem she was very young. This is David 2 years ago posting in his own Discord, for which he is also a mod. He posted these comments to his chat. Gore is better than porn. I used to be addicted to watching gore videos. I love gore. If you don't know what he means by gore, snuff films, the product of those, arms and limbs blown off, bodies, molestation, the type of shit that John Ray wanted you to believe Victoria was into is the type of shit this guy really is into. This is Celeste in 2022 talking to David. My parents are so fucking annoying. They won't let me go see you perform. He said, don't worry, I'll fix it. She was 12. The only good part of living in Cali, I get used to the David store. It's part of the fullest. Everything here sucks. Responding to a username, Luca. This is under her old account. I was at under her friend's old account who deleted it. This, or I should say, Discord friend. So this person had posted before, and they posted after this comment. Okay, so after April they posted, but it was before they deleted their account, if that makes sense. She eventually got to learn who Celeste was and then realized later, same person. And because she caught a lot of flack back in April, I think she deleted the account. I was at a restaurant a while ago and this girl walked in with this guy. Mind you, the guy looks like he's in his 40s and he has a European accent while the girl looks 16 to 18, black, light skin. Didn't hear her speak. So when they walk in, she goes to the bathroom. The dude is waiting for her. The waiter asks if he's ready to be seated and then says, I'm waiting on my friend. A bit later, they sit. She sits there quietly beside him without talking, and I catch her constantly looking at me. Just interesting because they are discussing past posts that have to do with him being around younger girls, and they believe that was her at the time. So there's the context to that. This was his mod. This is the excuse his mods are making and putting out there now. Allegedly, Celeste lied about her age to David and claimed she was 19 and David was blackmailed by her friends. The boy in the photo who interacted with David sent this message to the person who originally leaked the photo. So, Ethan, the guy who leaked the photo, is a mod, okay, for David. This mod is trying to convince people that David was being blackmailed by Celeste and her friends, and he was the victim, right? The kid in the photo doing the blackmailing is chastising the mod for leaking the photo. The one the teacher was talking about and the one we saw in the Lake Elsinore parking lot, okay? So this is the kid in the photo getting the money. Actually, Ethan, you don't know how bad this is. The mod. Explain how bad it is then. Bro, this was a secret that wasn't supposed to get out. David didn't know how old the girl was. She was lying and saying she was 19 when he was 20. And the second he found out, he took her home. Since we were dumbass kids, we tried to blackmail him, and we really messed up. And if you keep that video up, you could ruin his life for doing nothing wrong over a girl lying. And then you could ruin my life because he would know I leaked it, and I could go to jail for slandering him, bro. And then the mod says, pay me. And essentially threatens to blackmail him, I guess. This is a comment about American Strawberry from 8 days ago. Oh my God, David's fucked. This person said, David, why? Prayers to her family. I used to be close friends with David, and we dated when I was 16 and he was 18. We've seen each other in real life 2 times max, and there's so much more, but he introduced me to religion and whatnot, so I'm shaken up by the fact that he could have done this. I remember a Celeste and have a pic of them that I've seen in the past. So she dated him when he was 18, which would have been 2023. And at that time, she had seen a pic of Celeste. Exactly. Wendy did the math. Thank you, Wendy. Exactly. Since she was fucking 11, dude? He has the same tattoo as her as well. He definitely got some involvement and belongs under the jail. Okay, that's a comment. He texted multiple underage girls, this user says. And she's the one we read the screenshots earlier. He followed me in 2023 when I was well under the age of 18, and these are our texts. I also remember one of his friends saying in a group chat I was in saying, all David follows is teen girls, something along the lines of that. So there must be other victims. Here is Celeste with David in the picture, holding up her purse to try to cover her face. She has a very distinctive face, eyebrows, and hair. Okay. Here is David in the house. There's her purse. And it's even got the dangly thing on it. 2014. This is in the main archive on his Discord. Fan of David? So you're telling me David is TreeHugger496. They're talking about, is this his other account, his alt account? It is. This is the person, Ponzalo, who a year ago tried to warn everyone about him and raise a fuss and said, hey, he's trying to fuck a kid. He's trying to date a kid. He's grooming a child. I want to tell everyone about how David is a pedophile. Did y'all know David likes kids? They're cutting David's second verse. Yeah, they're basically showing, look, this person tried to warn everyone and everyone ignored them. This person puts up a challenge. You aren't giving me any proof, so that's all I'm going to think. Ponzalo posts Celeste's picture. Last seen in Los Angeles, Hollywood Hills area. She's 13 years old. DM me if you have any info. She came back home in March, then went missing again in like April. This is the girl. Sent it to everyone in chat. He was playing right in front of our face. Remember that? He was wearing that scarf. I don't care about the law when I'm with you because I be breaking it all the time. Yes, you are. There she is. Remember how I told you? Pay attention to that headscarf. Now she's wearing it. Now she's in the Hermes. She's in a lot of pictures. This is a zoom in on her with the purse. You can see the tattoo right here on her hand, just to prove that these are her. This is one of his anime videos from 2 years ago of a woman getting dismembered. This is him. This makes me mad. July 11th, 2024. And she was known to be with him on the run. I'll join the group chat with wifey and give y'all a story time, he says. And that's when he did a group chat with her. So there's an old screenshot where this same question, are you happily married or single, has her linked right here. But she deleted her account. Right around that day, they were going to do a live. Me and blank got a kid on the way. That's her old account. Are you happily married or single? This is the original question. Brother, why did he just post about being here? David, give me Waterfall. They're talking about songs. David, why did my dad leave? It's showing you general chat from Tokyo. So this is I'm talking. See how it says deleted user? So is David in the server? And then this person tags @David because only your friends can tag you. She was friends with him. Whoa, buddy. My little Fortnite pro, she calls him, with a heart. This was just a few months ago. This was 4 months ago. Sorry, I wasn't aware. Hi, chat. I'm crying. What? This is her talking to all of them. Now, here is the crazy one. Yeah, she was still 13. So far from what we know, we haven't heard anything about that. And that would have been long enough to where she would have had a baby by now. So I don't think she really was. I think he was just talking shit. But that's a great question. Thank you, Noel. July of 2024. Yep. Why didn't anyone say anything? They just wanted money. Can you imagine being one of the... Exactly. It's disgusting. Can anyone tell me if the girl in pink is Celeste? I went ahead and took a screenshot, freeze framed. Check it out right there. She is in the Hello Kitty Crocs that she went missing in. They mention Hello Kitty on the flyer. That's going to be important in a minute. You'll see why. That is her, right around when she dyed her hair. This is his brother. This is his brother with her. She was around his family. There she goes. That was from last year. I mean, it's her. And not only is it her, those are her Hello Kitty Crocs. Like, they literally put her clothing on missing persons flyers. You can see her wearing some of this stuff on her fucking Facebook. And yet there she is. There's the missing girl. Publicly, it seems like she's at a venue, at a concert venue. All of 13 years old. David posted in his Discord one day, I like writing gory psychological drama, romantic quotes, and a lot of death. The response, hold on, let me adjust this. The response is, you're so fucking real for that. His response, I love gore. Again, gore is like limbs being chopped off, people being disemboweled, gory movies, Ogrish, Rotten.com, Live Leak. I used to be addicted to watching gore vids, he says. This person says, death scares the hell out of me. It's such a strange concept. Live Leak. Andre, don't start with type shit. Really. Live Leak was bookmarked, LMAO. Live Leak is just people dying, by the way. In real life. Not gonna lie, some gore videos are funny. I saw a cartel execution on Reddit when I was 14. That's what David's telling his fans. Got to a point where I don't even cringe when I see it no more, he says. I remember laughing at one point. It got bad, man. Me too, this person says. Latina? Question mark. No, because the derealization after watching it is crazy. Me too, bro. I watch people. Yeah. Blank on Twitter and it don't even affect me. That's worse. Deletes Pornhub account. Both mess with your brain. Bro jerks off to people getting beheaded. This is kind of crazy, someone says. Let me pause right here because I want to talk to you about something. And I really do debate on, I don't think I want to show the cash to this. Hold on. Let me adjust the mic. I don't want to show the cash to this. I don't want to show the screenshot of it in the fear that someone will go there. I don't want to. It's just a touchy subject, but there's one account that she uses, Celeste, an alt account. This alt account that she uses posts pictures of her. Post pictures of her and him together. The screen name from the alt account is extremely unique. So extremely unique that it has like multiple numbers at the end. When you look up that specific screen name that she chose, the results you get back are her past social media using that screen name. But there's a link to a porn account where that screen name posts videos. I'm not going to click it. She's a child. Again, it's very unique. But the fact that it comes up in search results, I don't know what's there. It could be something. It could just be an account. But it says that it's posted a video. I'm not going to click it. I don't want to see it. I took a screenshot and I sent it in as a tip. Let them look. But that really fucked with me. I hope they look into that. I'm not going to, but I hope they look into that. Because that would be extremely upsetting, and I hope it's not her. But again, it's a very unique screen name. And I think, hold on, come on, adjust. The only thing that could be worse than the worst possible scenario. Dang it. The only thing that could be worse than the worst possible scenario is somebody posting underage material online of this poor kid who's already been through enough. For fuck's sake. And if she had an account sharing that sort of shit, I hope they better look into it. Again, didn't click it. Could be just someone who stole the name. I don't know. But the fact that it comes up in search results really freaks me out. And I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. And the type of shit he posted, I especially don't like at all. Here's the big version of that picture of them in Los Angeles. See how it says 444? The accounts that she uses on social media, her alts will usually have nothing to do with her name, and they all end in 444. Absolutely mogged. That's her with the purse, the same purse that was on the couch with him, California. She's a child. This is her. I'm not going to read it out loud. These are allegedly her messages with her friend discussing her and him. This was sent to her brother, who had them in a text exchange. I'm going to move on now. And he comments on them, and you'll see it soon. UMG, Sony Music Publishing, and Washerman have paused all promotion for David amid the LAPD murder investigation out of respect for the seriousness of the situation. This is a quote from David. I'm so serious, bro. Girls my age are. This is from 2023. He only adds underage girls. I know, right? I'm not joking either. David only talks to women from the server. Oh, bro, a simp. Ha ha ha. Yes, for real. Wow. They're usually 15 to 16 too. What the fuck? David is a pedo. Allegedly, these are other accusations from 2023. We already saw this. The girl who said, okay, so this is when she allegedly posted. This is her old account. She has one other old alt account. It ends in the 7. It's yay woohoo. She's got a bunch of pictures on it, including some of David, some of alcohol, all kinds of pictures of her and him together. She deleted the account, and apparently this person got shadow banned from the server on 7/11. Do you recognize how it says deleted user? It's yellow and it's the same dates from earlier. This person is her account, and she's showing that. That's one of the ways people were linking them. Guys, what's David's Roblox user? David's Roblox username is Stacked Farts. The amount of people who right away knew his Roblox name and stated they communicated with him on it at that age. A very young age. So this is from, see how it says, cute ass fool, I'd fuck him, bro, that's my friend. This is somebody talking about knowing him, and they're going through and they're showing this person, these are my pictures with him, and someone screen recorded it, and she's in the pictures with him holding his face and hugging on him. And that's her hand. These are her videos. They're there holding hands. Pause. This little boo-boo thing, right? So, boyfriend's kitty. On the missing poster, it says, hello. She's wearing Hello Kitty stuff. He becomes obsessed with Hello Kitty around 2022 after they start communicating about it. They reference that finger later. They say, is that ink? That's her friend talking about that, the red ink. I believe it was fake. Whoops. All right, let me stop sharing that and pull this up real quick. Give me 1 second. Sorry, it's freezing. Come on. Come on, StreamYard. Okay. StreamYard is taking a moment. All right, there we go. Give me 1 second. Let me pull this back up. Yeah, I can't fucking stand this guy either. Let's take a look at you guys. What are you guys saying in here? Desensitized. I think I need a palate cleanser. How do you guys feel? I'm just going through some of this shit is disgusting. It really grosses me out. It pisses me off too. His music is awful. It plays in the background of like so much shit, and I can't handle it. And I'm like, I really don't care. Like, it's not that good. Not worth a child's life, or to have some fucking psycho predator out there on the run, you know? It's just not worth him being around. Let me do this. I'm going to give you guys a little palate cleanser because this is a heavy subject matter and we're almost done. But damn, dude. Damn. Here, I think this will make you feel better.
Are you autism?
Sorry, what?
Are you autism? Read this. Read this.
Okay. It's Autistic Girl Summer. Let's yell on the beach and also on the spectrum.
Thank you. Also comes in boy version and non-binary version. Now look at this one, please.
Please excuse my poor eye contact. I'm infected with autism.
Are you in love with alcohol? This is good for Mother's Day.
It's wine o'clock. Time to talk to my son.
Thank you. You can have it.
Really?
Not this one. Get your phone. I'll show you.
Oh, you want me to buy it?
You don't want to support my dreams?
It's just like the service here is just kind of spotty, so but I will order it when I get home.
Leave now.
I'm sorry?
Hello, folks. Nuck here. A lot of you have been asking me about my morning routine, so here it is. It's my new teeth. Snort-worthy smile, if you ask me. So I like to start my morning by waking up at 2 in the afternoon, get a quick lift, lick, and lurk in before I go off and spend the next several hours in the woods. And this time is mainly for my freeform lurks. I just lurk like no one's watching. Then I head into town to do some casual creeping. I mean, I'm freaking everyone out because I'm getting in my squirms. But you gotta squirm to stay firm. I forget what I'm doing for the next 3 days and get an office job that I absolutely hate. Spend most of my time hiding in the storage closet, but all my coworkers know I'm in there. The next 26 hours I'm purposefully unconscious. Come to so I can try on some tuxes because I'm getting married. Love to Ragnora. I'll practice my funeral for 30 minutes, at which point I gotta pretend to listen to someone tell me about a dream they had, but I'm really just thinking about what I'm gonna say. Then, and this is important, I'll just wait, eerily, for hours. What am I waiting for? A big heap of nothing. I wait to wait. I'll spend 2 minutes trying to create fire with my mind, giving me just enough time for a last lurk before the day begins. That's the Bobo way.
Hey, that's the Bobo way, everybody. All right, now we're going to go back to Facebook. There's a picture of her with him, and you see that little scarf right there? Remember that from earlier? He really does love that. People are very stupid. They think they're smart, but they're very stupid. It's very obvious that this is him. Celeste and David, don't let me sleep. A screenshot of her and him. Her a minor. And him an adult. Stevie, I will make you that shirt. We will steal that man's gimmick and I will make you that shirt. We do not need to know about that, bro. I don't know. I know he never had a girlfriend. But who knows? He might have had a sneak. He has a girlfriend. Pretty sure he's dating right now. What? Yeah, her name is Celeste. March 28th, 2024. She's so pretty. Show me. I thought your bio is Celeste in here. Hi, David Bark. This is literally her. In his Discord. October of 2022. problem. That's the Tesla getting towed away. That's his manager, Josh. There's Josh again. This is him flirting with a teen. This is this is a story from the friend. I believe this is actually the rest of what we saw earlier. Yeah. Oops, we didn't finish that. This is a person trying to say I'm lying about all this, blah blah blah. Last time me and Celeste called, she was drunk and spam calling David. They have matching tattoos from when they dated. David used to have pictures up of her of their Instagram, but after they broke up, he took it off. Only thing throwing me off is the age, but I'm just going to assume she lied about her age to everyone in our friend group back then because they did date. And then 2 days after that call with me and her, she deleted her whole account. Pictures too also looks just like her. No way. It's another Hispanic Celeste with the same curls and face that just don't make sense. So, this is the rest of his story. Showing proof that it's the same girl by name and face from the shit she sent me back then. It's hard to prove some of the screenshots because so basically he's trying to say this is the same Celeste from 2022. It's not a different Celeste who looks just like her, which obviously it's hard to prove some of the screenshots because Instagram deleted her. Because, by the way, people did try to spread that rumor. People who cannot accept reality decided, let's make up that this Celeste who happened to just be, friends with him on another account a long time ago who looks nothing like her. Let's just say that that's her and say they looked alike. There's also two girls that look very similar in a video, and people are like, see, she's in the Gap jacket. That's her. And other people are like, that's a different girl. Oddly, the second girl in the video is it's her. Like, it looks exactly like her. And nobody acknowledges it. We'll see that in a minute. Last time me and Celeste spoke, I believe was around definitely December, around 2024. She drunkenly called me after asking to call. As you can see, one of the screenshots where I'm telling her I can call in a minute. She was crying, throwing up, and sharing her screen, showing me that she was spam calling David and spam texting him to pick back up the phone and how she misses him. Probably have a screenshot of his phone number somewhere, but I couldn't find it. I'll look again when I can. But then a few days after that call, me and her she deleted her account again and then went ghosted everything. Yeah, we did read all that earlier. To people saying I'm lying about this, blah, blah. I was genuinely distraught when I connected everything together, especially when the last time we heard a call from her or heard from her was our call. I was the girl's friend. We were decently close enough for her to talk to me about relationships. Yeah, same story. Okay. This is interesting. I wish I could make this one bigger. Remember the person Ponzalo who was calling out the whole shit earlier? Okay. David put, everyone, I'm in a song crisis right now. This is back August of 2024. So a full year ago. I'm in a song crisis. I need your help. Ponzalo's response to that is drop the one with the missing girl, Celeste Rivas Hernandez. As in, drop a song about that. If you scroll down, he says, Billy not going to get on no David song to someone else. And then Celeste's account posts, I'm snitching. This is on 8/15. This is after she deleted her account. It shows it as deleted user. So she messaged David, I'm snitching. Okay, this is a better, I think, one. Yeah, I think this one's better. I think this one's in order. Here you go. This is the teacher again. I think it's better when it's in order. That other one was chopped up.
What? Hold up. That's her in my classroom in front of this poster right here. Okay, hold up. I got another one because I got a picture on TMZ of this other kid exchanging stuff with the rapper who we alleged did this stuff. Hold on a second, because he's also in my classroom.
Wait, how long ago was
We all just found out yesterday who it was, but she's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened, that it was this rapper, that they were like blackmailing him, all of this stuff. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead.
So here's the problem I have. He said this was back in 2024. Her friends told me that she was blackmailing this rapper. Fast forward to now, and she's dead. I really hope he told the police that back when it happened in 2024. Look, because the mandated reporter thing, right? I agree with both you and Stevie, and you have completely opposite statements in a way. But I agree with both of you. If I had that teacher, I would immediately think about, well, this could absolutely happen to me. Yes, I agree. But I also agree in a weird way, it does feel like he's bragging. And I don't know why. I get the idea. Maybe that's how you have to talk to these kids. Because in a way, a lot of kids do see, if you go viral on the internet, that does impress them. I knew this guy might impress them. Like, oh, well, maybe I'll pay more attention, which is probably why they think this could happen to me. So in a way, him bragging about it kind of helps serve the purpose. But it is weird as an adult who gets the nuance, And I do fucking hope he reported it. I'm going to let it play again. I'm going to go back. I want to hear this again. Because listen to the order he talks about it. This in the context of the photo of those kids getting money from David in Lake Elsinore and all the different posts from people who are in his Discord, on his Insta, friends with him on fucking different social media, with the context of their screenshots and their receipts saying like, oh, I heard he was getting blackmailed. I heard he was getting blackmailed. I don't care if he was getting blackmailed at all. He shouldn't have been doing that shit to a kid. But also, I hope someone reported that.
My classroom. Hold up. That's her in my classroom in front of this poster right here. Okay, hold up. I got another one because I got a picture on TMZ of this other kid exchanging stuff with
the rapper.
The rapper who we alleged did this stuff. Hold on a second, because he's also in my classroom.
Wait, how long ago was
we all just found out yesterday who it was, but she's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened, that it was this rapper, that they were like blackmailing him, all of this stuff. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media. Let me tell you another story. Hold on.
I think I realized he's doing teacher voice. And then blah, 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 blah. And then blah, 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 blah. So blah, 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 blah. No, the kids who were her friends were blackmailing him because they had proof that she was with him. She would talk to them. So she would tell her friends, I'm with this rapper. Here's pictures. We saw some of them earlier, like her friends talking to her. So some of those friends threatened to tell essentially that he was with an underage girl, allegedly, and he met them in a parking lot to give them money so that they wouldn't, because he just made it big. Now this teacher is saying she came back after being kidnapped and was telling the school his story, and they were talking about how these kids had blackmailed this guy. Fast forward to now, so it's a year later, you know, because she goes missing again actually in April. I think he said May. And now she's dead in the car. So it sounds like people at the school knew about the blackmail. The teacher obviously knew about it. And the kid who was blackmailing David, allegedly, was also one of his students who happened to be her friend. It's so weird. Exactly. He knew her age. His friends are lying about it. Like his mods are lying. Where have we seen this before? Oh, he truly didn't know. I don't even know how to Google. I don't know where I'd begin. That type of shit. Let's watch it one more time because this is very confusing. But I every time I watch it, I'm like looking at the different reactions, and it's just I kind of can't believe this exists.
Classroom. Hold up. That's her in my classroom in front of this poster right here. Okay, hold up. I got another one because I got a picture on TMZ of this other kid exchanging stuff with the rapper who we alleged did this stuff. Hold on a second, because he's also in my classroom.
How long ago was
this? We all just found out.
And you know what's crazy? That's a great point, but also mandated reporting is a huge deal. But California, let's not forget, this is the same fucking county that let the Turpin kids get re-victimized by their foster family. This is the same county that let that little boy get beaten to death, and they made a Netflix show about it. This is one of the absolute worst places to expect CPS to do their fucking job, or DCFS, if you will. So I can totally see someone hopefully calling this out, him saying I reported it. Everyone in the school fucking knew. And at that point, it's on to Child Protective Services. It's on a DCFS, the principal, the superintendent, whoever. I can see them dropping the ball because it happens so fucking much.
Yesterday who it was, but she's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened. Then it was this rapper that they were like blackmailing him, all of this stuff. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met?
See what he said right there? Do you see what he said right there? Go back. Her friends, blackmailed by her friends. Ugh.
All of this stuff. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media. Let me tell you another story. Hold on.
Social media. This is the other video.
My phone. It's controversial of raping kids.
Bandage.
Say sorry. This I didn't want to go and change the narrative.
Okay. Let me explain some context. Remember, I told you they were talking about Epstein and shit? And he was like, delete the VOD, delete the videos on the video drives. They're not playing that to put her on blast. They're playing that so you hear her voice. Because David, as we scroll forward, you'll see, put out a song November 3rd, 2024, after they supposedly broke up, which they can't do because she shouldn't be in a relationship because you can't consent as a child. Notice he's wearing the Hello Kitty shirt. They supposedly broke up, according to him. And he put out this song, or a wave, on his SoundCloud. I never needed you, .wave. And people who are closest to her are saying that is her voice. Everyone's like, that's her voice. Yep, that's her. She used to leave him messages like that. In order to prove it's her voice, somebody posted her casually talking, which happened to be this live alongside the upload. Just goes to show, yes, she was with him. They were absolutely spending time together. So much so that he recorded audio of her and put it out on SoundCloud.
It's controversial of calling my phone. It's controversial of raping kids.
Bandage.
Say sorry, this. I didn't want to go and change the narrative and say something completely different. You gotta figure whatever you got going on. Figure that out.
So that is her voice, allegedly. There she is with the scarf and the dyed hair. That's just the thumbnail. So this is the pic of David paying off Celeste's friends that the teacher was talking about in California to not expose him as a pedo. What the actual fuck? Can confirm they are definitely friends with her on social media. That is definitely David. This is the Lake Elsinore parking lot that Charles was talking about. Remember, I told you she's on one of them's on a skateboard? And that's him handing money over. She also shared a screenshot once where he says something like, wifey, what do you want? And she says, how much money will you give me, or how many bands? And he's like, how many do you want? And she's like, 10 bands. And he sends her $9,000 through a Cash App thing, through Apple Pay. There's even a pic of him paying, dude. When I tell you, Gen Z posts everything. They're posting pictures of the alleged blackmail going down. The payoff, the proof. You know what? It is dated, but I don't have it on the top of my head because there are 4 scarf pictures. Are you talking about the one at the party? I believe that was 2024. I will have to go back and look at the original one. A lot of these are cropped. But I think most of these are 2024. And they're discussing her too. Let me get back to you on that, Weeb Nexus. Also, I like your name, Weeb. That reminds me of old internet. That makes me very happy. Give me 1 second. And then this is... Okay, so this is allegedly Celeste. This is the person. David's Twitch mod is on the timeline trying to put blame on the deceased girl. The Twitch mod is Slim was banned. And then they're posting this with the information saying that she lied about her age. But again, like Stevie said earlier, and good point, that is an accomplice. Kind of weird if he didn't know about her age. Then what's the parking lot picture about, sir? If you didn't know about her age, why are you giving these people money? Seems a bit weird. I also want to show you the original missing persons flyer of her. Hello Kitty sandals. Remember that? The video of her where someone says, hey, is this her? And she's in the pink pants with his brother. She's wearing the Hello Kitty sandals, aka the Crocs. Her being caught at a concert last June was a smoking gun. He has to make a timeline that won't incriminate her. Yeah, there's this video. Where is it? Let me see. We were just looking at it earlier, where someone says, is this Celeste? And then that's a different one. I mean, really, there's so much to incriminate her. There's literally a screenshot of her talking about how they, you know, I'm not going to say intercourse. He molested her. Let me see if this is it. So this is Lemonberry on TikTok. And this is let me put the video on. So this is June 27th, 2024. Remember the Hello Kitty sandals? All right. I'll see. There's like sound on this. See the Hello Kitty sandals? And that's a song, right? Yeah. There. Brother, her. And you see how her hair is a little lighter because they dyed it? And in the picture with the scarf, same color. It does go back to dark later, though, which would be 2025. I mean, how much more incriminating can you get? Fuck. Than this. And then her purse on the couch. Her account where she's holding it, wearing the same Hello. See those? You recognize those? She's wearing them in the video we just watched. And don't forget him talking about 2021, my Hello Kitty queen or whatever it was he posted. They believe it. I mean, within she had been in the trunk at least 5 days. She was decomposing and she was in parts. And her birthday was the day before she was found. So if she'd been in there 5 days, she would have been 14 when she was killed. And I believe the time frame would have been between early as fuck. We could go first. And I guess the 4th or 5th. Okay, now we're going to look at the medical examiner's report. Just so you know, deferred means pending additional investigation. So this is directly screenshot from the medical examiner website in LA. Case status open, body status ready for release, female, Hispanic, Latina, place of death, vehicle. I found this interesting. I think obviously I believe they mean place where she was found, because I don't know that she was killed there. Supposedly that's why they were raiding the house to see if there was any DNA. Manner, not there. Cause a deferred. So they haven't given any info on that. The investigator is Karen Tapia. Date of death, it says September 8th. Her birthday was the day before, September 7th. But if she died within 5 days at least before, that would have put her at 14 when she died. But again, the 444, a lot of her accounts had that. Some had 7. I mean, it's crazy. They should have taken him into custody the second they found a fucking body chopped up in his Tesla, right? Oh. No, she was not in the trunk for a year. She's been missing for a year and 6 months. In the entire time, she was with David. Yes, everything you just saw, she was missing. Everything you saw. She has been missing for a year and 6 months. She has been missing since, look at this. Look at this. She's been missing, last seen 4/5/2024. Everything we have looked at, unless it said 2022, it has been after that. Let me put it this way. Everything you've been seeing, this right here has a date. See that? 2023. So she was with him before, right? If it doesn't have a date, it's from the 2024 ones. 2024 is this one. Oops. Hold on. I believe this one was 2024. Her hair changed in 2024. Dyed it red when she went missing. This was recent. Hold on. She's been missing for a year and a half, and she's been all over his social media. There you go. This is another one. See that? This is right before she went missing. When your card declines at therapy and they bring in that one Hello Kitty girl you met in 2021. People are saying that they met before this, and they're trying to make the Hello Kitty connection. Now, it looked like she jumped in the Discord server on 2022. They found her with him before. Why not look there again? Exactly. Because cops don't give a shit. I don't know. That's why I'm fucking appalled. And see these accounts where she's tagging him and kissing him, and it's her hands, and she's missing, yet she's all over the internet with this guy, but she's under different accounts. She's under accounts that have nothing to do with her name either. Like, let's go back to here. Let me find. Some of this stuff is cropped. Like, this person a year ago was warning people, and they posted her missing flyer in his Discord while she's in there commenting. It's really crazy. It is really crazy. The only good part of living in Cali. No, she's in a lot of stuff from 2024, dude. Like, a lot of it. Unfortunately, because she's a kid, it's kind of hard to share some of it. I don't want to. And this is from 4/30/2025. This is the one that's her account. And this is from this past year. And then this one is, where's the other purse one? That was 8 days ago. This is from 2022. Okay. Nope, the teacher again. Sorry, we did a lot of the 2024 stuff pretty early. So that's showing when she joined. Okay. And this person is the one who says 2024, and then they are chatting with her. Where is it? December around 2024. So this is 2024. And also they did break up. Oops, that's Mookie's playing with Ursula. Hold on. And that's the Lake Elsinore picture. And that was from last year as the teacher reference. So that was 2024. Here we go. This one. Me and deleted you. This is the one where he tags her. And she had to delete that account because they broke up. And then they got back together. She was screaming at him drunk, according to Exile. And this was 7/11/2024. So really the last, I think the goal should be maybe trying to find the last time she's seen online on social media live prior to this. Man, people are really posting a lot of different stuff. That's so crazy that she was born in 2010, dude. I'm so old. It's crazy to think 2010 was so long ago. Pretty sure he's dating right now. Yeah, her name is Celeste, and this is March, but that was right before she went missing. This picture, I believe, is 2024. Yeah, cops have done nothing so far. Fucking nothing. They raided that house, but he hasn't been taken into custody. So this fella, there's some pretty interesting texts where people are trying to pin it on this guy who also looks incredibly young. And I'm not going to fuck with those because I don't know if he has what all to do with it. And the people who were saying that seem to be hell-bent on proving that he did nothing wrong. And I'm like, dude, you're with a child in a live video, which I believe this is 2024, 2025, because they're talking about the release of the Epstein doc. So there you go right there. And then this one's pretty recent. His Fortnite song's on it, which I think that's his song. Yeah, it's crazy, right? What the fuck? I mean, I can't see any other excuse. This is just, it's so much. It's so much. And to think that she was just in a Tesla. And then him talking about Gore the way he does is just like, I mean, there she is. Oh, this is June. Here you go. June 27th, 2024. She went missing in April. So she'd been missing for 2 months. And there she is right there. In the shoes they described, in the Hello Kitty gear. We actually can't on this because TMZ is the one who told them this is the person in the trunk. They didn't even know that. That is fucking crazy. And the car also was out of his possession for a while. Because he'd been on tour. Like a couple of days before it got called in. But they said it had been moved twice in like the last few months, but that it was pretty much in the same spot for a month, which is why it got towed. So yeah, that's where we're at, you guys. That is where we're at. I mean, it's all fucking disturbing. Let's be real here. It's all disturbing. It's all upsetting. But also, like, the fact that kids are blackmailing each other, that being involved. They don't even have her full body. Yeah, and like she's rubbing his cheek. Like they can use cell data and stuff. I don't know, man. They're going to be working backwards. And yeah, it would if they can prove it. Need to see where the concerts were. But I mean, right now we can prove that they had a relationship. Her own words and her own text to someone speak about how they had sexual relations. And he literally posted that they're going to make a baby and that this is wifey. Like, and the thought that he's just dragging coffins into his concerts and talking about how much he loves Gore while this is going on. And the fact that she slipped into his Discord and they started communicating when she was 12 and at the most freshly 13, like newly 13. Wow, how do you say that? Freshly and newly both sound wrong. Just turned 13 at the best. The oldest, it seems like she was about 12. Ugh. And he's communicating with her. He would have been at the youngest and older 17. Missing for a year and a half and all over the internet. Pay attention to what your kids are doing on the internet, please. I'm not trying to blame the parents. I'm just saying let this be a tale of pay attention to them and who they're talking to, because as smart as they are, great point, predators are good at hunting and teens are good at doing dumb teen shit and trusting too much. And vulnerable teens, easily duped, easily taken advantage of. This was literally a group. It was a group effort to not do the right thing. Yeah, they had to go out of their way to fuck this up, and everybody involved did. Oh my God, this poor kid. I hope her family's okay. Like, I'm not going to hold nothing against them till we know more. I mean, we blame him or whoever did it. We blame whoever did it. Just like anything else, we blame who did it. The parents put out a missing persons report and are in shambles. He had her, allegedly. And a lot of people around saw and spoken into nothingness, because there were people who said, isn't this weird? And then there were other people who didn't know that. There were internet people. I mean, I don't know. That's the thing. This is very confusing. This is a lot to unpack. A teacher who knew of the student blackmail situation, kidnappings, all this stuff, did he mandate a report? I hope so. If he did, what did they do about it? Yeah, 12-year-old's that like a new TikTok star nonetheless. That's like fucking Jonathan Taylor Thomas or Taylor Hanson going, get in my fucking limo. 12, 13-year-old me, bye everyone. This is terrifying. Maybe teach them a little bit about, I don't know, I don't have kids. I shouldn't be giving out advice, but I would try to teach them that accessibility to celebrity is not that big a deal. Right? Maybe. Like, it's just not that. So, yeah, that's cool. You can tweet at Roseanne or Mariah or whoever you like. Lady Goo Goo. Yeah, you can tweet at them. They might tweet you back. They might talk to you, but it doesn't matter who it is or how famous they are. More money, more power to fuck you up, and then we can't find your ass. Like, we need to protect you. We're not billionaires. Work with us here. Don't trust everybody, especially just because they got some money. Fuck. This poor fucking kid, dude. Hello Kitty Crocs in so many pictures of her with this grown-ass man in video. I mean, in that one, you can literally see her like feet in the Crocs. He's bragging about breaking the law. This is somebody 4 months after she's missing going, hey, this is the girl. He's a pedo. Allegedly. Yeah, police aren't helpful. I mean, look at this. TMZ had to do their fucking job for them. Crazy. Absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. Anyway, I think that's all we got today. There is some stuff from the brother. She also went by her regular name, her normal Celeste Hernandez on Facebook. She looked like a normal kid. She looked like a sweet kid, you know? But she was a kid, and this guy took advantage of her, and that's fucked up. Here. Well, this kind of incriminates someone. It's already out on Reddit. But just so you know that it's legit, I guess. I'll show it to you. Let me pull this up. This is her brother talking to someone who's sending them shit that they're seeing on the internet being posted about this. Or about her. They posted a picture of David and her. Her brother says, "That's my sister dog." They said, "Fuck, it is. You think this is real?" And they sent the screenshots of her messages discussing how she had sex with David. Her brother says, "Yes, I do. And I know who Gus is. He's dead." Speaking about the Gus she referenced having relations with in the past. Again, too young to be doing that. She is 14 in these texts, 13. She talks about how she basically states that, I'm not going to say had sex. She was molested by these guys because she's too young. Okay. And they asked the brother, "Do you think these screenshots of her texts are real?" And the brother says, "Yes, I do. I know who Gus is," which is someone he referenced. He's dead. What happened? He got shot up dead. You think by David or just some other shit? Now, allegedly, he says some other shit. And see, these are the pictures of her. That's my sister dog. Are those photos? That song was unreleased by David. They're basically sending him all the evidence of his sister. All right, this is what I got. What the fuck? No fucking way, dude. Please send me more if you know, dude. I got you, bro. Let me find everything that's been posted for you. That's why I said so many people were after David now after this. They have found so much evidence to back this shit up. Dude, I never knew this shit. Only a small number of people were aware until today. I wish I would have known. I could have used this. You didn't have your sister added on Discord, right? I don't even have Discord. See what I mean? They don't even have it. Yeah, I was just saying because someone posted a screenshot of her account, supposedly. Actually, let's go. We're going backwards. Why are we doing this? Let's stop going backwards. Okay. So this is her brother. Celeste's brother speaks up and reveals that David killed his sister. Okay, well, let's calm down. Dude, why does David follow you? All respect to your sister, and I hate how shitty people are being. Was it really him, Jesus, all love man? Yes, it was him, is what her brother says, because he found my account out of nowhere and followed me. Fuck, well, he hasn't come in the wild just randomly. Did you ever even talk to him? I met him once in person. Something about being with him, like she was living with him. All of this shit is so confusing and disgusting. Brother said, I knew and went to the police about it, but lack of evidence, so it was waved off. Bullshit. Now that there's 1,000 people backing you up, that won't happen again. But if they had listened, even though they don't do anything, they haven't done anything towards him. That's how it is with celebrities. Just look at fucking Diddy. They didn't do shit. I know it fucking sucks. Fucking crazy. People suffer enough for it. How long has she been gone? Dead? Like, how long has she been dead? The brother asks. 2 weeks, he said. Damn, that soon. People have been saying like a month. The dude's a weirdo. His songs all have weird messages and imagery. What do you think happened? Like he just didn't want her to expose him being with her? I don't know, the brother says. Damn. Was your sister like in love with him and choosing to stay? I'm guessing it was all him just manipulating her. Yeah, she was always saying that he was waiting till she was 18 to get married and stuff like that. Fucking sick. What's crazy is all the people in his circle who knew and didn't say shit. I saw one guy got sued by something. Dog, what? I never knew that. My sister wouldn't say anything ever. Okay, so this is when they're talking about the blackmail. They said, I saw one guy say that, talking about the blackmail thing, how they were blackmailing him, threatening to tell people that he was a pedo and that's why this happened. And the brother says, dog, what? I knew that. My sister wouldn't say anything ever. Dude, there's so much shit on the Discord he has. What the fuck? There's a Discord? Yeah, it was just his fan Discord and stuff. I wasn't in it, obviously, but from what I know, he was decently active in it. And some screenshots and screen recordings were posted today and yesterday after the news showed one guy saying this. The one with the missing girl, Celeste Rivas, and we saw that comment earlier. What the fuck? No fucking way. Please send me more. If you know, dude, I got you, bro. Let me find everything that's been posted. I wish I would have known. I could have used this. We already saw this. So then it goes in and he's just sending him stuff and saying, do you know of any of your sister's Instagram accounts? There were some messages from people saying it was her messaging friends, but not really confirmed yet. Are these photos of her? He's sending the brother stuff to confirm. That's my sister, dog. Fuck, it is. You think this is real? Yes, I do. I know who Gus is. He's dead. What happened? He got shot up, dead. You think by David or some other shit? And I will tell you the brother does respond some other shit. Okay? People do speculate on who the specific Gus is. We're not going to do that. But the one that passed away in 2020 and was an adult. So I hope it's not him, because she would have been under 10 and that would not be okay. None of this is okay. But that's her brother letting people know the police didn't do shit. They wouldn't listen. Her brother tried to go to the cops. Said not enough evidence. Anyway, if you see anything, say something, report it, tip it in. I've already sent a couple of tips in from stuff that I found just in case nobody said anything. But we'll keep watching this and see what happens. And I really hope he gets charged. I mean, they charged Rajah Jackson, which we thought wasn't going to happen. So maybe we'll get lucky and they'll do that and charge this guy because he fucking something's up. Someone fucking deserves it. And he definitely, I mean, look, if he didn't kill her, he's a predator and he deserves to be in prison for that. He groomed. And it wasn't just her, it was other people. Anyway, I'm sorry this is such a depressing episode. But this guy needs to be put behind bars. This is crazy. This is absolutely absurd. Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. I think we're going to end on something like this. I feel like we really need something like this. Good night.
I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't get on the roof. Never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't lay on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy drill on the roof. Never seen a big boy drill on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy drill on the roof. Big boy drilling on the roof. Big boy drilling on the roof. Big boy ain't drilling on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't climbing on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. How you do it like that? Damn, you got tools on your back. Climbing on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Shit, big boy get loose. Shit, big boy get loose. I ain't never see a big boy drill on the roof. I ain't never, oh shit, he's falling on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy hop on the roof. How you do it like that? Look, shit, you just like a back. Oh, shit, pick up your back. Oh, I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Get on the roof. Get on the roof. Get your ass out the roof. Get your ass back out the roof. I ain't never see a big boy leap on the roof. Take a big ass off.